Dan, Terry, and Mo with you today from Fifth Third Arena. Our producer is Sean McMahon. Thank you for tuning in to the 92nd Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout. We have a standing room only crowd today here on the UC campus. The electricity in the arena is palpable. It's going to be a great day as the Bearcats and Musketeers go at it for the 92nd time. It's time for Terry's Keys to the Game. They are brought to you by Key Bank. For every financial need, Key Bank will meet you in the moment. Key Bank.
I'm going to take the first one from a Jermaine Jackson song. Don't take it personal. The Bearcats can't take it personal. Don't get emotionally wrapped up in this game. Don't let the weight of the 5-game losing streak affect how you play. Stay locked in, play Bearcat basketball, and continue to stay in the moment. So that's number one. Number two, transition defense. Xavier leads the Big East in transition offense at almost 20 points per game and out in transition. So Bearcats have got to get back, identify guys, and pick up a little bit past half court to make sure that they don't get into rhythm threes in transition, which they love to do. And then lastly, a key indicator that the Bearcats are locked in, they got to have in between 3 and 5 30-second shot clock violations. And they're locked in defensively when you see that happening.
One of the greatest Bearcats of them all in attendance today. Kenyon Martin traveled from his home in California to be here for the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout. He voiced a height video that made its debut online yesterday and was shown on the video board inside the arena a few moments ago. It ended with the following two sentences. They had their fun. Time's up, which is definitely the prevailing emotion for Bearcat fans, having seen Xavier win the last 5 meetings. It has been 6 years and 6 days since Cincinnati defeated Xavier.
Kenyon Martin acting like the landlord of Fifth Third Arena, kicking out guys. Tell them, you guys got to go. You had your time. You got to go. No eminent domain. Get out of here. And he understands the moment. When you lose 5 in a row, it builds on you because you don't want to be the guy that had your entire basketball career at university, whether it be a transfer in a year or two or being here for the full run and not have won a game like this.
Cincinnati's last win in this rivalry, December 8th, 2018. Nick Cronin was the Bearcats' head coach. Cincinnati won the game 62-47. Jaron Cumberland had a terrific game with 19 points. To put it into perspective for how long it's been since Cincinnati beat Xavier, none of us had ever heard of Sauce Gardner when Cincinnati won that game. He did not arrive until the next year. Well, fans were instructed to wear black, and they got the message. Looking around the arena, I would say 95% of the people in this building are wearing black. A handful of Bearcat fans in red, and I'm sure there are a few Xavier fans here in blue. I can't see them with the stadium lights dim at the moment. But the Bearcats are going to be wearing these new Black Cat uniforms. They are super cool. Black jerseys, black shorts, black numbers trimmed in white, black letters on the front trimmed in white. And on the front it says Cincy, not Cincinnati. And the second C is the Bearcat Sea Paw.
It is awesome. I mean, the atmosphere in here is, you can cut it with a knife. I mean, the lights are out. Earlier they had everybody pull their cell phones and turn their light on the cell phone while it was the guys were being coming out of the locker room. They've had 4 different hype videos so far. The last one just played as you were talking. And people in here, everybody has been standing for the last 30 minutes. Nobody has taken a seat.
Xavier, a winner last year at the Cintas Center by 5, continuing a streak that incredibly goes back more than 30 years. Cincinnati has not won a close game against Xavier. I'm going to define a close game as 5 points or less since 1987.
Wow.
The last 13 times the game has been decided by 5 or less, the Musketeers have found a way to pull it out.
Well, we can't. That just tells us can't be a close game.
Or end the streak. Either way.
Yeah, we'll end the streak. I think we're going to end the streak here. But I just think that the guys that we have here take this very seriously, and they are locked in. And one guy, Jizzle James, as you mentioned earlier to Coach Wes Miller, and we talked about it last year, he seems to play better as the competition gets better. He has a game level that he can raise his level to higher heights, and we're going to need that today.
A lot of Bearcats struggled against Xavier last year at the Cintas Center. Jizzle James, as a true freshman, was not among them. He had 19 points in 21 minutes in that game in his first appearance in the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout.
Well, I think he's going to try to get busy at this because the combination of him, guarding an elite offensive player, he's going to have to get that go back and forth. So look for him to be aggressive early on. But also, if he starts getting in the paint, hitting those floaters, the defense is going to come out and try to make some stops. That's when you start seeing the lobs at the rim.
One thing that I had forgotten about last year's Crosstown Shootout until somebody mentioned it to me yesterday was that Simas Lukosius was hit by a car 9 days before that game. So the game was on a Saturday. The Thursday of the previous week, he was hit by a car crossing the street, and I've seen video of the accident. He's lucky that, he was not seriously hurt. He was hurt, but he wasn't seriously hurt. But he played really poorly in the game. He was 0 for 4 from outside the arc. Xavier's not going to get that version of Simas Lukosius today.
Well, I heard it was a Xavier license plate.
I think that's one of the first things that Simas said, actually. He joked, was it a Xavier fan?
It reminds me of when Kenny the Jet Smith tried to imitate Kobe Bryant jumping over the Maserati for his shoe commercial, and then he didn't make it. He got ran over by the car, and then they kept showing different angles, and it was Ernie in the driver's seat actually running him over.
Simas Lukosius, by the way, has had a great game against Xavier in the past. When he was still at Butler, one of the best games of his 2 years with Butler was in the Big East tournament at Madison Square Garden against Xavier when he had 27 points to lead Butler to a win. Simas has 2 wins head-to-head against the Xavier Musketeers. Aziz Bandego will jump for Cincinnati. Zach Fremantle will handle that for the Musketeers. Aziz slightly taller. He is 7 feet tall. And Zach Fremantle is 6'9". Dan Skilling's back in the starting lineup for Cincinnati after missing a month. He returned in a backup role in Cincinnati's most recent game last Sunday against Howard. Played about 13 minutes. He'll play more than that today, and it's nice to see him in the starting lineup. Sleeve on the right knee where he had the surgical procedure, but seeing him run and jump, you would never know that he was out for a month.
Correct. And the Bearcats are just locked in. You don't see anybody smiling. Everybody has that sort of pace back and forth like boxers in a ring.
Nearly everybody in the lower bowl of the arena is standing up. The ball is tossed in the air. Bandego swats it backward into the hands of Jizzle James, and the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout is underway. Cincinnati has the ball outside the arc left. Jizzle dribbling toward the top of the circle now. Shot clock at 17. Here's Skillings. Tried to attack on the dribble. It's a sloppy dribble, and it went out of bounds for a Bearcat turnover.
Ran a series of actions trying to get Simas a shot off of a pick. Didn't go that way, so they went back to the counter.
One of the interesting matchups to watch will be Bandego defending Fremantle. Xavier has the ball. Here's Conwell, a great three-point shooter. Over the shoulder pass. Fremantle faked a three. Now he hands it backward for McKnight. McKnight dribbles to the free throw line, passes it outside the arc. Foster drives. His shot is no good, and the rebound is tipped to Jizzle James, who races the other way for Cincinnati. Alley-oop, dunked in by Aziz Bandego. He had 6 dunks in Cincinnati's last game, and not only did he dunk, he got hacked in the act.
I told you what Jizzle James does. He probes. He stays low and gets all the way to the cup, and all of a sudden you come out to take him. He throws it right in the air. Aziz Bandego was trying to block the shot on one end, dunked on the other.
Here comes his foul shot. It is in the air, and it is through the basket. A 3-point play to give Cincinnati a 3-0 lead. We're 50 seconds into the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout. Xavier has the ball. McKnight, their point guard, gives up his dribble. Looking around for an open teammate, bounces it to Fremantle, drives to the bucket, goes to the left hand, and banks it in.
Talented around the baskets and can score with either hand.
He's averaging nearly 17 a game in his 5th year on the court with the Musketeers and his 6th year as a Xavier student. 3-2, Cincinnati up. Here's another alley-oop. Dylan Mitchell missed the layup. He was right there and didn't put the ball in the bucket. Xavier races the other way. Foster to the low block. Couldn't get by Lukosius. Trying to back him down. Now spins and shoots. Way off the mark. Rebounded by a leaping Dylan Mitchell. Passes up the far sideline for Jizzle James. Taps the brakes outside the arc right. Picked up on a switch by Conwell. Jizzle gets a pick from Bandego. Dribbles behind the back. Now it's Skillings to the left wing and Dylan Mitchell. Back up top for Dan Skillings. Skillings to the right elbow. Bandego catches top of the key. Shot clock at 10. Here's Lukosius driving into the paint. Running floater. High off the top of the backboard. No good. Rebounded by Foster of Xavier. 3-2 Cincinnati. The Musketeers have the ball. Swain to the free throw line. Lobs it outside. Caught by Conwell. He has a quick trigger from outside the arc. Skillings defends. Conwell driving. Gets to the low block. Couldn't get off an open shot. Now Fremantle top of the circle. Shot clock at 9. Swain outside the arc in front of the Bearcat bench. Drives on Lukosius into the paint. His shot is up and in.
I mean, that was a tough shot. Great defense by the Bearcats, but just a great finish.
Swain gives the too small gesture after scoring over Simas Lukosius. 4-3 Xavier. 17:27 left in the first half. Bandego hands it off. Skillings left open for 3. Off the rim twice and it goes in.
And he has something to say.
Cincinnati 6, Xavier 4. 17:13 left in the half. McKnight at the free throw line to Fremantle outside the arc. Blows by Bandego on the dribble. Lays it in with the left hand and draws a foul.
Bandego got him on the back. He pump fake, throws Bandego on the closeout. You always attack the closeout. Went by him, and Bandego tried to make up for it at the rim and just caught him on the arm.
One thing Aziz has done well this year is avoid foul trouble coming into the game. He's averaging 1 foul a game, 8 fouls in 8 games. Fremantle at the line looking for a 3-point play. His foul shot is good, and Xavier leads the game 7-6, 3 minutes in. 5 points early for Zach Fremantle. Jizzle James walks it past center court. McKnight defends for Xavier. Lobs a pass for Bandego, fakes the handoff to Mitchell, now gives it up for Skillings. Fremantle picked him up on a switch. Here's Lukosius outside the arc, dribbles between the legs and feeds it to Skillings. 10 to shoot. Skillings driving to the bucket, puts up a shot. It is no good. Rebound tipped out and grabbed on the run by McKnight. McKnight racing the other way. Into the lane, passes to Fremantle, and he dunks it in.
Transition defense. We got to get back.
Xavier up 9-6 and on a 9-3 run. James outside the arc right, driving to the free throw line, shoots a 15-footer. No good. Rebound hits the floor. Conwell scoops it up, driving toward the bucket. Euro step, his shot blocked by Dylan Mitchell, and it stays inbounds off the foot of Ryan Conwell.
Jump with the right, missed it, and swipe with the left and blocked it.
9-6 Xavier. Here's Skillings, alley-oop. Bandego dunks it in.
Unbelievable. He's swinging on the rim, and the Xavier players in his legs just went right underneath him.
33 baskets for Aziz Bandego this year. 25 have been dunks. That's more than 75%. 9-8, Xavier up. Fremantle driving into the lane. Shoots over Bandego, misses. Rebound kept alive by Swain and grabbed by Foster. Xavier has another chance. Conwell, step back, knocked away by Skillings. Loose ball picked up by Jizzle James. 3-on-2 fast break for Cincinnati. Alley-oop, dunked in with a hammer by Dylan Mitchell.
Unbelievable. He jumps and he took off from like 12 feet away, just glid in the air and tomahawked it.
4 baskets for the Bearcats. 3 have been alley-oop dunks. 10-9 Cincinnati. We're about 4.5 minutes in. Swain, top of the circle. Fremantle for 3. That's the shot you want him to take. He missed it. Rebounded by Mitchell. Cincinnati's ball up by 1. 15:03 left in the half. Jizzle James now outside the arc into the corner. Lukosius for 3. Too strong. Fights to get his own rebound, but it's picked up instead by Conwell. He'll dribble into the front court for Xavier. Musketeers with the ball down by 1. 14:48 left in the half. Here's an open 3 from the corner. It is no good. Shot missed by Foster, and the ball is knocked out of bounds by Jizzle James.
That was a good look by Jizzle. He knows he has to get Seamoss open. He had a lob opportunity, but found Seamoss in the corner. Quick release, didn't make it though.
That takes us to our first media timeout. It comes with 14:41 left in the first half. The score, Cincinnati 10, Xavier 9. You're listening to the Crosstown Shootout presented by Ralph's American Grill on News Radio 700 WLW.
Feel like you've tried every single fad diet and you're still not losing weight? Or you're not into expensive solutions with side effects that might stop working as soon as you stop using them? time to get to the root cause and start a plan that's tailored to your needs and to your unique biology. Start by taking Viome's one-of-a-kind microbiome test. It reveals your responses to over 370 foods. Viome is the only company that uses cutting-edge RNA and AI technology to decode your results and turn them into a plan that includes the exact foods you should eat and avoid, plus personalized supplements and biotics to boost your goals. Weight loss problems solved. No more gaining and losing the same stubborn pounds. This holiday season, why not give your loved ones, including yourself, a Viome test? Here's to a healthier, more energized, more vital life. Go to Viome.com to learn more and get $110 off any test using code IHEART. That's V as in victory, IOME.com. Viome, your personalized plan to lose weight starts now.
Stuff happens. That's why AAA membership offers lockout assistance, flat tire assistance, and RIP My Battery assistance. No wonder 56 million drivers trust our roadside assistance. Join now at AAA.com/member. Roadside assistance is provided by independent facilities contracted by AAA. Coverage in taxis, limousines, and other ride-sharing conveyances is excluded. Offers, terms, conditions, and policies are subject to change without notice. Visit AAA.com/member for details.
This is News Radio 700 WLW.
Cincinnati 10, Xavier 9. We're a little more than 5 minutes into the game, and Bearcat basketball is brought to you in part by your Cincinnati Northern Kentucky Toyota dealers. Visit Toyota.com for all Toyota offers. Toyota, let's go places.
It's about as tight as you can get it, Dan. Both teams are nearly deadlocked. 4 of 10 from the field, 40% for Xavier, 0 of 2 from downtown, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. The Bearcats 4 of 9, 44%, 44.4, 1 of 2 from downtown, and 1 of 1 from the free throw line. Xavier is led by Zach Fremantle, their star center, with 7 points, and the Bearcats are led by their star center in Aziz Bendago with 5 points.
Couple of subs coming in for the Musketeers. Dante Maddox, a 6'2 guard who transferred in from Toledo. He is a good outside shooter. And Jerome Hunter also on the floor, 6'8", 225. We've seen him before in a Musketeers uniform. For the Bearcats, a couple of subs are in as well. Arrington Page, the 6'11 sophomore from Atlanta, and Connor Hickman, the 6'3 senior who transferred to Cincinnati from Bradley.
I hope Arrington doesn't go for all the ball fakes and gyrations that Fremantle does.
Xavier has the ball. The Bearcats are up by a point, 10-9. Fremantle shoots a 3. It is no good. He's 0 for 2 from outside the arc. Rebounded by Jizzle James. Quickly into the front court, it's Lukosius. Guarded by Conwell, outside the arc right. Seamoss passes for Arrington Page. Pump fakes from three-point range. Jizzle James driving right to the hole. Got tied up by McKnight. And on the jump ball, the ball will go to Xavier.
Yeah, he should have used the step back. He tried to dribble through 2 guys and bust through. Once he saw the second defender there, stop, give a little step back separation, and get your mid-range off.
Tavion McKnight in his 5th college season, 3 at Western Kentucky, 2 at Xavier. He was excellent in his first game against the Bearcats last year. 20 points, 8 boards. Driving on Jizzle James, gets to the low block. Follow-away shot blocked by Jizzle. Loose ball goes back to McKnight. Now Fremantle driving. He gets to the low block, shoots a hook, and scores.
Yeah, you can't let him get to a spot. He's very skilled. He was the top 25 player in the country before the series of injuries in his foot.
Xavier has 11 points. Fremantle has 9. The score is 11-10. Xavier up by 1. Jizzle James, top of the circle, drives along the lane line, puts up a running bank. It's no good. Long rebound plucked away by Maddox of Xavier. Now McKnight pump fakes from the left wing, passes up top for Maddox. Here's a lob down low, caught into the basket by Hunter. Cincinnati ties him up, and the Bearcats will get it on the possession arrow.
See, you front the post, which makes him throw a lob pass. And when the lob pass comes, it gives the weak side defender in the corner a chance to get over, be the secondary defender, which was Jizzle James, and he tied him up.
Day Thomas checks in. Jizzle James will take a break. Day was excellent last year against Xavier at 15 points in 18 minutes. Cincinnati down by 1, 11-10, 13:25 remaining first half. Page top of the circle. Fremantle plays off him. Now it's Skillings driving toward the bucket. His running bank, no good. Tipped up by Page, no good. Fights to try to get the rebound and tips it to Day Thomas. 3-point shot, no good. 3 tries for Cincinnati there. None of them went in. Xavier races the other way. McKnight, top of the key. Fremantle fakes a 3, dribbles between the legs. Passes backward for McKnight. He's near the left elbow. Now a pass stolen by Skillings, begins dribbling the other way and gets fouled by Conwell.
You knew that Dan Skillings was going to get a steal or two. That 7'3" wingspan. He likes to shoot the passing lane and led the catch last year in that category. Look for him to make an impact.
6'8" sophomore Dalen Swain, who was in the starting lineup, checks back into the game for Xavier. Their point guard, Davion McKnight, takes a seat. So Maddox and Conwell will be the ball handlers right now for the Musketeers. Xavier up 11-10. Cincinnati has the ball. Here's Day Thomas dribbling outside the arc left. Fake to pass to Lukosius. Throws it to Page, top of the key instead. Arrington Page with 10 to shoot. Driving on Fremantle, loses the ball, dribbled it off his knee, and out of bounds.
It's just too much. You got to go into a back down. You can't start attacking a guy who's facing you with a defender right on your pocket on the left, trying to dribble through him.
Dylan Mitchell back in for Cincinnati, and John Hughley is on the floor now for the Musketeers. He is 6'11", 270. We saw him last year with the Oklahoma Sooners. 11-10, Xavier leads by 1. Hunter has it, top of the circle. Now it's Conwell being harassed by Day Thomas. Hughley, top of the key. One dribble, hands it off for Maddox. Now Hunter to Swain. Swain, a good driver, not a good outside shooter. Shot clock at 10. Maddox has it. He's near the top of the key. Driving on Lukosius. His floater is no good, but a foul is called on Seamoss.
Well, you got to have your post defender there to show himself so Seamoss doesn't have to feel like he needs to make a play on the side of him defensively. If your post player is not tussling around with the post player of Xavier, you break contact, that post player being Arrington Page, break contact and get in front.
Foul on Seamoss, his first, team's second. 2 foul shots coming for Dante Maddox, and the first one is good to give Xavier a 12-10 lead. Maddox, an 80% free throw shooter. He was second team All-MAC, playing for the Toledo Rockets a year ago when he averaged more than 16 a game. Second foul shot is perfect, and Xavier's taken a 13-10 lead. The Bearcats are 4 for 12 from the floor. 3 of their 4 made baskets are dunks. Now a three-point shot by Hickman, and he's got it from the right wing.
I saw Hickman at practice. I said, you know what, I think you're going to have a big game in this one because it's just the kind of guy that gets caught up. Nobody thinks about you.
He tied it up at 13 apiece. 11:53 left in the half. Hunter, top of the key. Gets it to Swain. Picked up on a switch by Mitchell. Now a bounce pass into the paint. And we got a whistle. Or was the ball just knocked out by Cincinnati?
Bounce. Yeah, Arrington. No, they call a foul on Arrington.
So it is a foul on Page, his first, team's third. And it takes us to the under 12-minute media timeout. 11:46 left in the first half. Cincinnati and Xavier tied at 13. This is the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout presented by Ralph's American Grill on News Radio 700 WLW.
Supplements are everywhere, but how do you know they're working or not hurting? What if you could get custom-made supplements with the exact ingredients and dosages that work for you? Meet Viome, creator of the world's most advanced microbiome test. This isn't a food sensitivity test. This tells you exactly what you need to eat and avoid based on your body's response to over 370 foods. Viome uses cutting-edge RNA and AI technology to analyze your unique biology and creates a personalized plan to optimize your health. That's not all. They create made-for-you supplements, biotics, and oral care products, all tailored specifically to your results. Whether you want to improve energy, increase focus, or lose weight, Viome offers a personalized plan to help you succeed. It's easy to get started, all from the comfort of your home. Take control of your health journey today and reap the benefits long-term. Visit Viome.com to learn more and get $110 off any test using code IHEART. That's Viome.com. Viome. Your health evolution starts now.
From battery issues to flat tires to keys locked in your car, AAA's affordable roadside assistance is there for you 24/7, 365. Join now at AAA.com/member. Roadside assistance is provided by independent facilities contracted by AAA. Coverage in taxis, limousines, and other ride-sharing conveyances is excluded. Offers, terms, conditions, and policies are subject to change without notice. Visit AAA.com/member for details. Savings partners subject to change.
This is 700 WLW, the home of the UC Bearcats.
Cincinnati and Xavier tied up at 13. We have 11:46 left in the first half, and we've got some breaking news for Bearcat football fans. 3 members of the football team were just out on the court throwing T-shirts into the crowd. Dante Corleone, Brendan Sorsby, and Joe Royer, who all had great seasons. We already knew that Dante Corleone and Brendan Sorsby were coming back next season. We just learned that Joe Royer is coming back next season. He would have been an NFL draft pick had he elected to turn pro this year. Set the Cincinnati tight end record with 50 catches this past season, and the former Elder High School standout, obviously from the Cincinnati area, is electing to come back for another year. It's huge.
That is huge, because it's like going into the portal and picking out 3 players that's going to really help your roster. It just so happens they're already here. You keep them here because you have to keep recruiting your own team every year. So congratulations to the Bearcat football team. Both teams are 5 of 13, Dan, 38.5%. The Bearcats have made 2 of 4 from downtown. Xavier has not made. Xavier does lead the glass 10-6 in that area, but it's the points in the paint. Zach Fremantle is the one that's putting damage on the Bearcats right now. I mean, he's got 9 of their 13 points. They have 10-point paints in the point, 10-6 in that category. They stop Fremantle, they have a great chance of winning this game.
Fremantle not on the floor at the moment. I'm sure that will not last long. Xavier inbounds in the front court. Swain driving baseline against Betsy. Bounce pass to nobody in particular, picked off by Day Thomas. Betsy just checked in during the timeout. Day has it outside the arc left, wants a ball screen. Bandego set it, rolled to the rim, alley-oop. And while he missed the attempted dunk, he got fouled by Hughley.
You already know once he sets that screen and starts going downhill, he's gathering himself, looking for the ball, knowing that it's coming. And most of the times, if he throws that ball a little bit higher, he can still dunk it while taking the contact.
Foul on Hughley, his first, team's third. Each team has 3 so far here in the first half. Aziz at the free throw line. The big fella's first foul shot around the rim and no good. Aziz has 5 points so far, including a couple of dunks. He is 1 for 2 from the free throw line, trying to give the Bearcats the lead. His second foul shot is up, and it is good. 14-13, Cincinnati, 11.5 minutes to go in the half as McKnight dribbles into the front court. Swain has the ball, several steps behind the arc. Now it's Hughley near the top of the circle. Passes toward the wing, caught by McKnight. Swain catches in front of the Bearcat bench. Hughley, top of the circle, fakes a pass down low, hands it off. Here's Maddox. He'll shoot a contested 3. No good. Rebounded by Day Thomas. Cincinnati pushes the pace. Hickman in the front court. Now will wait for his teammates to catch up. Bearcats with the ball up by 1, 14-13. Day Thomas to the free throw line. Throws it outside the arc. Dylan Mitchell has it. He'll drive baseline. Gets to the low block. Fires to Hickman, now into the corner. Betsy for 3.
Great play.
No good. Rebounded by Maddox, who dribbles the other way. Maddox lobs a pass to the low block, caught by Hughley. Tries to maneuver around Bandego, got it stripped, but the loose ball goes to Hunter of Xavier. The Musketeers still have 15 to shoot. Swain from Columbus. Underhand flip for Maddox. Maddox driving on Hickman. Gets into the lane, puts up a tough shot. No good. Rebound grabbed by Dylan Mitchell. He wraps up the ball tightly before outletting to Day Thomas. 10:20 left in the half. Cincinnati with the ball up by 1. 14-13. Day on the right wing. Maddox on him. Day with a lefty dribble. No look backward pass for Hickman. Now it's Mitchell at the free throw line to the wing. Day Thomas thought about a 3, didn't take it. Hickman out at center court with 7 to shoot. Goes by McKnight on the dribble. Uses his strength to get up a lefty shot. It rolls in, and he gets fouled.
That's what you call a veteran play. Once he pump faked and had to step on the defender, he just jumped right into him, kept him on his hip. And then when he jumped, he released it with the left hand because the right was using it to shield and fend off the defender, and he got the lucky roll.
Davion McKnight called for the foul, his first, team's 4th. Connor Hickman with 5 points off the bench, and he'll go to the line to try to give the Bearcats a 4-point lead. Cincinnati on a 6-0 run. Connor Hickman, the transfer from Bradley, puts up the free throw, and it's nothing but the bottom of the net. Jizzle James is going to check in. Connor Hickman will come out after a few good minutes.
It was great. I mean, that's what you call positive impact for the minutes you play. Don't worry about how much you play. Make an impact because all Xavier minutes count.
Cincinnati up by 4. That is the biggest lead either team has had so far. 17-13. The Bearcats on top. We are midway through the first half. Fremantle back in for the Musketeers. Leads all scorers with 9 points. Davion McKnight walks it into the front court. Jizzle James on him. Bounce pass to the left wing. Now it's Foster near the top of the circle. Dribbling along the three-point line before getting it to McKnight. He slipped, went down, but a foul was called on Jizzle James.
Everybody's complaining except Jizzle. Jizzle just sort of got in the huddle, shaking his head like, okay, I'm not going to do it again. I know what I'm doing.
His first foul, team's fourth. Hughley out. Hunter back in. Conwell inbounds to McKnight between the circles. Bounce pass to the left elbow. Now Fremantle outside the arc. One dribble before getting it to Conwell. Conwell driving into the lane. Finds Fremantle open for three. Missed it. Too strong. Mitchell taps the rebound to himself in the corner. Cincinnati's ball up 17-13 with 9:25 left in the half. James dribbling on the C-Paw logo just past the center court stripe. No-look lob pass caught near the right elbow by Mitchell. Dribbles a couple of times, hands it off to Day Thomas. Hook pass down low. Mitchell catches on the low block left into the corner. Day for three, and the Bearcats have taken a 7-point lead.
Of course. You're thinking he's going to fall out of bounds. He tight ropes, goes a hook pass to the corner for the knockdown tray.
It's a 10-0 run for the Bearcats. They lead 20-13. Foster for three, and he swishes it in.
Yeah, you got the freshman getting caught below the screen. By the time that Tyler Betsy gets back out, the shot's already up.
Marcus Foster, who spent the last 4 years at Furman, played in the NCAA tournament a couple of years ago. He is a good three-point shooter, 46% for the year. 20-16, Cincinnati up by 4. Jizzle James with an open two-point jumper. No good. Swatted backward and grabbed by Betsy off the swat by Bandego. Now Jizzle James dribbling into the low block. Little push shot is no good, and it's rebounded by Hunter.
Yeah, used the glass. He was in the perfect angle.
Cincinnati leading by 4, 20-16. Here's Conwell, gets a pick from Hunter. Good job by Thomas to fight through it. Now Foster dribbling into the short corner. The freshman Betsy on him. Up top for Fremantle. McKnight catches in front of the Bearcat bench. Fremantle sets a screen. Bounce pass into the lane, caught by Hunter.
He traveled
up a shot, and it won't count because he traveled. Did not go in anyway, but he traveled first.
Dylan Mitchell, when he turned around, Dylan Mitchell beat him to the spot, which shocked him, and he had to readjust his feet because he thought he had a wide-open drop-step shot.
That takes us to the under 8-minute timeout. We have 7:58 left in the half. It'll be the Bearcats' ball when we come back, leading Xavier 20-16. You're listening to the Crosstown Shootout presented by Ralph's American Grill on News Radio 700 WLW.
Feel like you've tried every single fad diet and you're still not losing weight? Or you're not into expensive solutions with side effects that might stop working as soon as you stop using them? Time to get to the root cause and start a plan that's tailored to your needs and to your unique biology. Start by taking Viome's one-of-a-kind microbiome test. It reveals your responses to over 370 foods. Viome is the only company that uses cutting-edge RNA and AI technology to decode your results and turn them into a plan that includes the exact foods you should eat and avoid, plus personalized supplements and biotics to boost your goals. Weight loss problems solved. No more gaining and losing the same stubborn pounds. This holiday season, why not give your loved ones, including yourself, a Viome test? Here's to a healthier, more energized, more vital life. Go to Viome.com to learn more and get $110 off any test using code IHEART. That's V as in victory, IOME.com. Viome, your personalized plan to lose weight starts now.
Stuff happens. That's why AAA membership offers lockout assistance, flat tire assistance, and RIP My Battery assistance. No wonder 56 million drivers trust our roadside assistance. Join now at AAA.com/member. Roadside assistance is provided by independent facilities contracted by AAA. Coverage in taxis, limousines, and other ride-sharing conveyances is excluded. Offers, terms, conditions, and policies are subject to change without notice. Visit AAA.com/member for details.
700 WLW.
Dan, Terry, and Mo, happy to have you with us for the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout today. The Bearcats leading 20-16 with 7:58 remaining in the half. Today's game brought to you in part by Cincinnati Tax Resolution, powered by TOPH, T-O-P-H, Sheldon.
Bearcats have closed the gap on the boards, 12-10 now in favor of Xavier. 6 of 17, 35% for Xavier. 1 of 6 from downtown. That's 16.7% if you're asking. 7 of 18 for the Bearcats, 39%. And the Bearcats are shooting 50% from downtown, 3 of 6. Interesting to note, Dan, the Bearcats have 4 steals, 2 by Dan Skillings. Dan Skillings hasn't been in about 4 or 5 minutes. Day Thomas is in. They put in Connor Hickman, and several people have come in off the bench and hit threes. Day and Connor both hit threes. But Dan Skillings got the defense going with steals. He's doubling down. Even Mitchell is fronting the post now instead of allowing those guys to catch it. They have worked on this in practice. The last drill they have in practice this week after the Villanova game was a toughness drill. It's a rebound drill. And that shot goes up. Guys are knocking bodies to the floor trying to get that rebound. And that toughness is starting to take over a little bit.
You mentioned the Musketeers are 1 for 6 so far from outside the arc. That has certainly not been the norm in this rivalry. Over the last 11 years, Xavier is 9-2. And as a team, they have been Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Steph Curry's career three-point percentage is 4.425. The last 11 years, Xavier's .423 in this rivalry. And some of that's by great shooters, and some of it's from guys that didn't make them pretty much any other game. Cincinnati with the ball leading 20-16. Here's Hickman, who's checked back in. Lost control of the ball, but it goes to Jizzle James. Now Lukosius. He had it poked away by McKnight, but a reach-in foul is called. Too. And that is going to be number 2 on McKnight. And Seamoss was starting to go up to shoot. They're going to give him 3 free throws.
And Sean Miller is looking at the baseline official and says he wasn't shooting that, but the guy up top. No, don't go up and talk to him now. Sean Miller's talking to him. No, he was going to shoot that. He said, I got him going up. What do you have? I got him going up too. Yeah, 3. Thank you. All 3 confirmed.
Well, Ray Natilli tried to talk the official who said it was a shooting foul out of it.
Yes.
So they called in the third official, and he agreed with the first guy that it was beginning to go into the act of shooting. So Seamoss gets 3 foul shots. His first one is up, around the rim and in. The first point for the senior from Lithuania, playing in his 7th game against Xavier. 5 for Butler, and now 2 for Cincinnati. His second foul shot is good. Bearcats have a 6-point lead, 22-16. We have 7:42 remaining in the half. Here comes the third foul shot. Seamoss puts it up and puts it in. Hit the front of the rim and rolled through. So he takes advantage of the foul. McKnight has to come out with 2, and the Bearcats have taken a 7-point lead. 7:36 left in the half. Xavier has the ball in the front court. Here's Conwell, several steps outside the arc. Jizzle James trying to stay with him. Fremantle sets a pick. Conwell lost control of the ball, fights to get it back. Pump fakes, shoots, misses. Rebounded by Page. That was an air ball by Conwell. Cincinnati running into the front court. Lukosius near the top of the circle. Page sets a pick. Seamoss drives, draws a double team, puts up a one-hand shot, no good. Rebounded by Page, and he dunks it in.
What do you mean one-hand shot? That was a floater pass. At least Seamoss will tell you that. But Johnny on the spot, Erickson Page catches the ball, doesn't think about landing up, just goes straight back up and dunks the basketball.
The Bearcats have taken a 9-point lead. Sean Miller has called a timeout. We'll keep it here. It is 25-16, Cincinnati.
Well, Cincinnati can come at you in different waves. So Wes Miller has the luxury of riches. With Connor Hickman and Seamoss Lukosius were in the game on that last possession. Seamoss gets fouled. They take out Connor, put back in Dan Skillings, and it gave you the length now to go out and defend. And that length on the perimeter is giving Xavier a hard time getting their 3 shots off.
Ryan Conwell in particular, T-Nell, Cincinnati, at least so far, and we got a long way to go, has done an exceptional job of not allowing him to have an open 3-point look.
Well, they're going to try to make some adjustments at halftime, but the one thing that Cincinnati is adamant on is that he is not going to beat us. He's going to get some points. He's going to go on these little small runs as the game goes. You never know. But one thing's for sure, there's an emphasis to stop him from scoring.
If you've watched Xavier's games this year, he shoots a bunch. He averages about 8 3-point attempts per game. He has not been able to get one off yet. 25-16 Cincinnati. The Musketeers have the ball. Here's a drive toward the basket by Foster. Lays it up and in. Goes over to the that's Swain, not Foster. Comes over to the Bearcat bench to do a little taunting. Got fouled in the act, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Beautiful move, but there's nobody there. I mean, he comes on one side, gets the ball whacked, and does a reverse layup, and there's nobody in the paint to block the shot.
Skilling's called for the foul, his first, team's fifth. Each team has been called for 5. Swain's foul shot is good, a 3-point play for Dalen Swain. He's got 5 points. Bearcats lead at 25-19. Jizzle James will slowly dribble into the front court. Now it's Page near the top of the key. Conwell bumped into him, no whistle. Jizzle James has it, double teamed on the perimeter. Now Fremantle backs away. Hickman has it with 13 to shoot. Page, top of the key, just right of the circle. Underhand flip for Skillings. Finds Hickman open for 3. Off the rim, no good. And the rebound's pulled down by Hunter. Outlets for Conwell. Conwell racing into the lane, driving on James, shoots and scores.
With the left fadeaway. That's a tough shot.
Anything but open threes for him. Force him to score on the drive. 25-21, 5 straight points for the Musketeers. Bearcats up by 4. Skillings left open, 3-point shot
Way
from
off.
straight away. Wide right and out of bounds. It did not hit the rim.
That's one thing that didn't come back with his knee. It's a 3-point shot.
Day Thomas will come in. Jizzle James will take a break. Kind of happy that Wes Miller didn't yank Dan Skillings after missing that shot. Cincinnati up by 4, 6 minutes left in the half. Here's Conwell dribbling on the C-paw. Jumps and passes to the free throw line. And we've got a whistle and a foul called on Cincinnati.
Arrington Page. Oh, they call Seamoss.
Second foul on Seamoss Lukosius comes with 5:54 left in the half. Seamoss is going to be taken out with 2 fouls. Dylan Mitchell will check in. The Musketeers will have the ball. That's 16 fouls now on Cincinnati, so 1 more and the Bearcats will be over the limit. Xavier has 5. Conwell lobs it in, caught by Swain near the top of the circle. Skillings defends. They are very similar looking players.
They are.
Now Hunter might have gotten away with a travel, managed to pass the ball to Foster, 9 to shoot. Here's Conwell operating against Day Thomas, passes to Fremantle, fires a pass to Swain, shot clock at 2. Swain drives, tough shot, didn't hit the rim, rebounded by Xavier, but it's a 30-second violation.
Dan Skillings he's got a tough matchup. And he is really fighting to try to get around these screens. I know he's only been back practicing a week and a half maybe. And trying to get your mind back. Your leg is strong. Everybody looks normal, but trying to sink his mind back to the speed of the game.
Hunter comes out, and the 270-pounder Hughley checks back in. 25-21 Cincinnati, 5:23 left in the half. The Bearcats have the ball in the front court. Here's Mitchell giving up his dribble outside the arc. Passes top of the circle for Page. Arrington, underhand backward flip for Day Thomas. Dribbles between the legs, goes behind the back, between the legs again. Jump shot, no good, but fouled by Ryan Conwell.
Oh, wow. I mean, he was playing with his food. He beat him to the hole, did a step-back dribble, crossed him back over again, then did a pull-back dribble, and then shot it and got fouled.
Second foul on Conwell, so he has 2. McKnight has 2. 5:09 remaining in the half. Day Thomas will go to the line for a couple of foul shots. Day dribbles once, spins the ball, puts up the shot. No good, off the back of the rim. Page will come out. Bandego will return. McKnight coming back in with 2 fouls. Keep an eye on that. Dante Maddox also back on the floor for the Musketeers. Day Thomas, Cincinnati's best free throw shooter last year among the guys that shot a bunch of them. 81% for the season. His second one is up, and that one is good.
The guys that are supposed to make free throws have to make them. Bearcats are shooting 59% from the line. Day is a much better free throw shooter.
26-21, Cincinnati up by 5. McKnight being guarded tightly by Day. Now it's Hughley between the circles. Not a threat to shoot a 3. Hughley gets it to Maddox. Bounces it into the lane. Hook shot by Fremantle. No good. And the rebound is grabbed by Day Thomas after being tipped by Bandego. Hickman driving toward the bucket. Put up a quick right-handed shot, an easy shot, but he missed it. Now Xavier runs the other way. Here's Foster. Thought about a 3, didn't take it. Bandego with a hand in his face.
Great defense.
And Xavier will try to execute in the half court. Hughley hands it to Foster, or Maddox rather. Dante Maddox passes into the short corner, and Hughley guarded by the smaller Hickman. His shot rejected all the way out of bounds by Bandego. Kenyon Martin style with Kmart in the house.
I was just telling Kenyon yesterday in practice, I said, can you teach Aziz how to just grab the ball? Because he blocks a lot with his forearm and his elbow. It's an acquired skill.
Xavier will throw it in from the deep corner with 5 seconds to shoot. Their players looking over towards Sean Miller to see what he wants them to try to execute. McKnight having trouble getting it in, and Xavier has to... No, they didn't call a timeout, or did they?
They did.
They got the timeout. All right, for a second I thought it was a 5-second violation, but it is a timeout that was called by Davion McKnight. And we'll take a break. 4 minutes and 18 seconds left in the half. Cincinnati on top, 26-21. This is the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout, presented by Ralph's American Grill on News Radio 700 WLW.
Supplements are everywhere, but how do you know they're working or not hurting? What if you could get custom-made supplements with the exact ingredients and dosages that work for you? Meet Viome, creator of the world's most advanced microbiome test. This isn't a food sensitivity test. This tells you exactly what you need to eat and avoid based on your body's response to over 370 foods. Viome uses cutting-edge RNA and AI technology to analyze your unique biology and creates a personalized plan to optimize your health. That's not all. They create made-for-you supplements, biotics, and oral care products, all tailored specifically to your results. Whether you want to improve energy, increase focus, or lose weight, Viome offers a personalized plan to help you succeed. It's easy to get started, all from the comfort of your home. Take control of your health journey today and reap the benefits long-term. Visit Viome.com to learn more and get $110 off any test using code IHEART. That's Viome.com. Viome. Your health evolution starts now.
Stuff happens. That's why AAA membership offers lockout assistance, flat tire assistance, and RIP My Battery assistance. No wonder 56 million drivers trust our roadside assistance. Join now at AAA.com/member. Roadside assistance is provided by independent facilities contracted by AAA. Coverage in taxis, limousines, and other ride-sharing conveyances is excluded. Offers, terms, conditions, and policies are subject to change without notice. Visit AAA.com/member for details.
The Bengals take on the Titans. Coverage begins tomorrow morning at 9 on 700 WLW, the home of the best Bengals coverage.
Cincinnati 26, Xavier 21, 4:18 remaining in the half. They just announced that Kenyon Martin is here and showed him on the video board. It was kind of interesting. He spoke to the players yesterday. They obviously know who he is. They see his retired number 4 hanging in the arena, but I think a lot of the current players know him as much as a podcaster.
That's crazy.
As they do as a 15-year former NBA All-Star. He's part of Gilbert Arenas' podcast, Gil's Arena. And, of course, they also know his son, KJ, who is now in his 5th NBA season.
You know, when you ask players, have they seen Kenyon play before, they were like, I've seen some of his highlights. Like, this generation doesn't go back to the best classroom in the country, which is YouTube in the world, and look up Kenyon highlights. Look up his stuff when his first year out, when he came and he was with Jason Kidd, and Jason Kidd's throwing stuff off the glass and he's dunking it, 6 months removed from breaking the leg. He had a rod put in on his ankle and all this stuff, and it healed quickly. And he said he had a lot of rehab, but he was adamant to let people know mentally he was strong mentally because he did not want to think about breaking the leg again. He always thought that he was going to come out and be better, stronger, and it made him work on both legs, which he never had worked on both legs. And he said he got strength in both legs, which made him a better NBA player.
We recorded a podcast/video cast, the Let's Rain podcast yesterday. Went nearly an hour. He was awesome. I'm sure that will be posted sometime soon by the folks at UC. National Player of the Year, first pick in the draft, 15-year NBA vet. Made more than $112 million in the NBA.
Not bad.
Great career for Kenyon Martin. Xavier has the ball. Maddox with a tough fall away from the baseline. It's no good. Rebound. Batted out to Fremantle. Shoots a 12-footer and scores.
That's the plays that kill you. You made a great defensive stop. Ball gets batted around, and they make a shot.
26-23. Cincinnati by 3. 3:55 remaining in the half. Fremantle leads all scorers with 11. He had 9 in the first few minutes of the game. Now it's Skillings, dribbling out towards center court, passes for Hickman, feeds it to Bandego on the right wing. Between the circles to Skillings. Skillings driving toward the bucket, puts one up off the glass. It is no good. Rebounded by Mitchell, kicks it out to Thomas. 3-point shot off the rim, no good. and the rebound's on the floor and picked up by Foster of Xavier. Foster racing up the near sideline, slows down when he gets into the front court. It's on top of the 5th-3rd logo, picked up on a switch by Dylan Mitchell. Bounce feed to the low block. Fremantle double-teamed, kicks it out to Foster for 3, and the game is tied.
And just like that, you know you're going to get some back and forths in this game, so you can't get too high and too low.
Bearcats were up by 9. That lead is gone. We're tied at 26. 3:05 left in the half. Skilling's in the right corner. Dribbling now on the wing. We've got a foul away from the ball. It's going to be called on Hughley as he got a little handsy in the low block with Aziz Bandego.
And the refs had to go to the tail of Bandego. Do not chop away at this. Bandego was trying to do the cross screen. He was coming over, and he was just being held. So he couldn't get to his spot. So finally he just chopped his arms down and pushed him away. And the ref called the foul finally.
That puts Xavier over the limit. That's 7. So Aziz will go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. And Hughley becomes the 3rd Musketeer to have 2 fouls here in the first half. The others are Conwell and McKnight. Aziz will shoot the front end of the 1-and-1 and try to give the Bearcats the lead back. We're tied at 26. 3:01 left in the half. Aziz with 6 points thus far. His first foul shot is up, and it is around the rim. No good. And rebounded by Maddox. Aziz 2 for 4 from the free throw line in the game. McKnight will walk it into the front court. Sean Miller pounding his fists together to indicate the play. Here's Maddox handing it off on the perimeter for Foster's. Made a couple of threes. Foster guarded by the freshman Betsy. Now Fremantle up top. Passes on the wing for McKnight. Goes by Jizzle James on the dribble. Finds Foster open on the opposite wing. Foster drives on Betsy. Shot clock at 3. Foster with a fall away. No good. And Mitchell tips the rebound to himself. Got knocked over. And the foul will be called on Dante Maddox of Xavier, his first.
Intelligent rebounder. Mitchell likes to tip it to himself just to get it away from the defense before he can go and grab it with 2 hands. Now he's going to have to make free throws. The Bearcats are just leaving possessions. You know, when you miss the front end of a 1-and-1, that's 2 points that you miss out on. They missed, 1-and-1. Aziz made 1, missed 1. Day made 1, missed 1. You're leaving points on the table.
Dylan Mitchell at the free throw line where he has struggled this year. Front end of the 1-and-1, and it is good. Hit the rim and fell in. He started the year 1 for 15, but he has now made 4 out of his last 5.
Funny. Shoots him so well in practice.
Looks like he's added arc. Second shot is good, so he goes 2 for 2, and the Bearcats have taken a 28-26 lead. 18 fouls now on Xavier, 6 on Cincinnati. 2:24 left in the half. The Bearcat players waving their arms to get the fans to stand, and many do in the lower bowl. McKnight has it, gives up his dribble, passes for Foster, feeds the low block. We've got a foul. It's going to be called on Cincinnati trying to deny Zach Fremantle.
Yeah, Dylan Mitchell, instead of breaking contact, he's like grabbing around the neck of Zach Fremantle trying to get around. Just break. If he rides you, if you're on the high side where the ball is and he's pushing you up the paint, break contact and get back down on the low side. Now you just created a barrier for him.
First foul on Mitchell, 7th on Cincinnati, so this is a 1-and-1 for Zach Fremantle. He is a 74% free throw shooter. The 24-year-old from New Jersey. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good, and Cincinnati's lead is 28-27. Zach Fremantle trying to be the first person ever to win 5 games in this rivalry. He's 4-0. He's played really well in 2 of those games, didn't do much in the other 2. Here comes his second foul shot, bends at the knees, puts it up, it is good, and we are tied at 28 with 2:13 remaining in the half, a 13-point half for Zach Fremantle. Xavier extends its defense, little 1-3-1 trap. James just past center court to the wing. Betsy open 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound scooped up by Foster. Looks up the floor, passes for Maddox. Jizzle James cut off his path to the hoop. So Xavier resets. Fremantle between the circles. Gives up his dribble. Manages to get the ball to Foster with 15 to shoot. Foster guarded tightly by Day Thomas. In the corner, Fremantle backing down Mitchell, shoots a hook. It is no good. Bandego way above the rim to grab the rebound. 28-all with 90 seconds left in the half. Jizzle James dribbling past center court for Cincinnati. Bearcats set up their offense. Jizzle on the C-paw. Passes to the left wing, and Day Thomas looking to go by Foster, who fouled him. It'll be a 1-and-1 for Day Thomas.
He's reaching. He gets hit in the mouth by the head of Day Thomas, and he gets mad at the official.
First foul on Foster, 9th on Xavier. So this will be a 1-and-1 for Day Thomas in a 28-all tie. Conwell comes back in with 2 fouls, so he's on the floor with 2. McKnight's on the floor with 2. 1:21 left in the half. Josh Reed's going to check in for Cincinnati for defense. First time he's been on the floor. Tyler Betsy comes out.
It's a good call. Much better post defender. Scrappier, gets offensive rebounds, dives on the floor for loose balls, and hit an occasional 3.
Here comes the front end of the 1-and-1 for Day Thomas. It is up, and it is in. Nothing but nylon for Day. He's got 5 points in the first half.
You know, Wes Miller's still learning his team about how to place them in certain situations in the game to maximize their effectiveness. And right then and there, putting in Josh Reed with 1:21 to go in the half is a good call.
Cincinnati up by 1, 1:21 left in the half. Second foul shot by Thomas is good. He makes them both. And the Bearcats have a 30-28 lead. 6 points in the half for Day. Brings the crowd to life as McKnight dribbles into the front court. Swain has it between the circles. Fremantle outside the arc. Bounce pass toward the wing. Nearly lost by McKnight. Now Fremantle flips it for Conwell. Day Thomas trying to stay tight on him. McKnight with 13 to shoot. Colliding with James. Got away with a travel.
Yeah,
passes it outside the arc. Fremantle bounces it under the hoop. Ball's loose. Scooped up by Dylan Mitchell. Cincinnati gets a steal. 52 seconds left in the half. The Bearcats have a 2-point lead. 30-28 Cincinnati. Now Jizzle James takes it out to center court, and Aziz Bandego calls a timeout. Wes Miller wanted to draw something very specific up with 20 seconds to shoot and 45.8 left in the half.
And it's very good. Something with some action. Seamoss is out of the game with those 2 fouls, so they put Hickman back in the game. And they one of those shooters. And a lot of times, it's a lot of diversion. So when you have the guy set a screen, the shooter, you want him to set a screen, go away on the baseline somewhere, and then as he starts running, it creates a suction. Everybody thinks that they're going to go to him, and before you know it, there's a slip to the rim for a lob dunk.
Cincinnati is 11 for 14 from the free throw line. Let's hope that continues. That is better than 78%.
And one of those was the front end of a 1-and-1, so yes, they have been shooting well, and we needed to keep it that way. But I'm interested to see this play. Wes always has some good stuff. These ATOs, these out-of-timeout plays that he does, he's very good at them.
Bearcats have Day Thomas, Jizzle James, Connor Hickman, Dylan Mitchell, and Aziz Bandego on the floor. 45.8 left in the half. 20 on the shot clock for Cincinnati. And a 2-point Bearcat lead in the shootout. Thomas fakes a pass toward the corner. Throws it in for Bandego, gets it right back. Day drove to the rim, missed the dunk. Offensive rebound, Bandego. Kicks it out to Jizzle for an open 3. He missed it. Tremendous hustle by Bandego. Saves the ball inbounds to Day Thomas. And Cincinnati has another crack at it with 14 to shoot.
Aziz Bandego was in the rafters, and the referee blew the whistle. He saved the ball and pretty much jumped through the Xavier section. I don't think anybody caught him.
So the Bearcats allowed to throw it in with 13 on the shot clock, 28 seconds left in the half. Incredible hustle there by Bandego. And an unfortunate missed dunk by Day Thomas. 22 left in the half, 4 to shoot. Jizzle James goes one-on-one, launches a contested 3 off the left side of the rim, no good. Bandego tipped it up, but Mitchell couldn't grab it. Xavier has the ball, 12 seconds left in the half. Cincinnati up 30-28. McKnight crosses center court on a lefty dribble. Jizzle James on him defensively. Fremantle sets a pick. Now Fremantle launches a 3 for the lead. It's good. And the buzzer sounds.
And he made the shot and looked right over in the direction of Kenyon Martin and had something to say. Kenyon just laughed at him.
16 and a half for Zach Fremantle, and an unfortunate final minute for the Bearcats. They had several opportunities to add to their 2-point lead, including a missed dunk. Xavier wound up with the ball, and Zach Fremantle, who had missed, his previous 3 3-point attempts. Knocks one down as the buzzer sounds to give Xavier a 1-point lead.
Everything you wanted in this game. You had dunks, you had high flyers, you had some threes, you had some drama. Starting to get a little nasty at the end of the half. So now we'll see what the second half brings. But you have to continue to convert the opportunities that present themselves.
We invite you to stay tuned for the Ralph's American Grill halftime report. It is presented by Ralph's American Grill in Wilmington, just off I-71 at exit 50 in the Holiday Inn at the Roberts Center. Our halftime score, Xavier 31, Cincinnati 30. You're listening to the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout on News Radio 700 WLW.
Feel like you've tried every single fad diet and you're still not losing weight? Or you're not into expensive solutions with side effects that might stop working as soon as you stop using them? Time to get to the root cause and start a plan that's tailored to your needs and to your unique biology. Start by taking Viome's one-of-a-kind microbiome test. It reveals your responses to over 370 foods. Viome is the only company that uses cutting-edge RNA and AI technology to decode your results and turn them into a plan that includes the exact foods you should eat and avoid, plus personalized supplements and biotics to boost your goals. Weight loss problems solved. No more gaining and losing the same stubborn pounds. This holiday season, why not give your loved ones, including yourself, a Viome test? Here's to a healthier, more energized, more vital life. Go to Viome.com to learn more and get $110 off any test using code IHEART. That's V as in victory, IOME.com. Viome, your personalized plan to lose weight starts now.
Heads up, folks. Interest rates are falling. But as of September 23rd, 2024, you can still lock in a 6% or higher yield with a bond account at public.com. That's a pretty big deal, because when rates drop, so can the interest you earn on your cash. A bond account allows you to lock in a 6% or higher yield with a diversified portfolio of high yield and investment grade corporate bonds. So while other people are watching their returns shrink, you can sit back with regular interest payments. But you might want to act fast, because your yield is not locked in until you invest. The good news? It only takes a couple of minutes to sign up at public.com. Lock in a 6% or higher yield with a bond account. Only at public.com. Brought to you by Public Investing. Member FINRA and SIPC. Yield to worst is not guaranteed. Not an investment recommendation. All investing involves risk. Visit public.com/disclosures for more info.
News, traffic, and weather. News Radio 700 WLW, Cincinnati.
I'm Taryn Johnson with the Crosstown Shootout halftime report. The Cincinnati man accused of kidnapping a 16-year-old boy yesterday was arrested hours later. Christian Austin told police there'd been car break-ins recently, and he stopped and questioned the boy's presence on the street. He drove him to a nearby UDF where reports are that he let the boy go. That teen went home and called police, who caught up with Austin and took him into custody. Police say the boy is not suspected of any car break-ins. Austin's in jail downtown and a $76,000 bond. His case going to the grand jury, and we'll find out on the 23rd of this month if the grand jury decides to indict that man. In other local news, police are looking for a person who dumped their pets.
Middletown police are looking for the person or persons who dumped 3 dogs locked in a cage on a Middletown road in the freezing cold this week. One of those pups died. The other 2 were rescued. Anyone who saw or knows what happened on Titus Avenue Wednesday night is asked to call the animal warden. I'm Sandy Collins, News Radio 700 WLW.
Now for a look at the traffic and weather together. Right now we're looking good across our tri-state interstates and highways. And now for the latest forecast from our friends over at Channel 9.
Temperatures today climb close to that 50-degree mark for your afternoon high with cloudy skies through the afternoon. Rain moves in this evening as early as 8 p.m., but the majority of it's going to be overnight into the first parts of your Sunday, with chances lingering in the afternoon as well. That's your 9 First Warning forecast. I'm meteorologist Cameron Harden.
With the Crosstown Shootout halftime report, I'm Taryn Johnson.
All right, we're all set for the party. I've trimmed the tree, hung the mistletoe, and paired all those weird-shaped knives and forks with the appropriate cheeses. And I plugged in the Bartesian.
Bartesian?
It's a home cocktail maker that makes over 60 premium cocktails, plus a whole lot of seasonal favorites, too. I just got it for $50 off. So, how about a Cosmopolitan or a mistletoe margarita?
I'm thirsty.
Watch. I just pop in a capsule, choose my strength, and...
Wow, it's beginning to feel more seasonal in here already.
If your holiday party doesn't have a bartender, then you become the bartender. Unless you've got a Bartesian, because Bartesian crafts every cocktail perfectly in as little as 30 seconds. And I just got it for $50 off.
'Tis the season to be jollier.
Add some holiday flavor to every celebration with the sleek, sophisticated home cocktail maker, Bartesian. Get $50 off any cocktail maker at bartesian.com/cocktail. That's BARTESIAN.com/cocktail.
Queen Latifah is a paid spokesperson of Novo Nordisk.
When it's time to shine, make the most of it. That's always been my way. Especially when it comes to managing weight and health. Obesity can increase the risk of cardiovascular disease, including heart attack and even stroke. Talk to a healthcare provider about your weight. Your heart may depend on it. Go to truthaboutweight.com to discover more.
The election is officially over, but is your money still at risk? We still have a staggering $35 trillion in debt, and we're still feeling the consequences of the brutal inflation we saw under Biden. That's why thousands of concerned Americans are turning to precious metals. Call 855-GOLD-IRA to get a free copy of Goldco's Gold and Silver Kit. Plus, you could receive up to a 10% instant match on bonus silver for qualified accounts. Call 855-GOLD-IRA.
Paid for by Goldco.
This is the Ralph's American Grill Halftime Report. Brought to you in part by Ralph's American Grill in Wilmington, just off I-71 and the Holiday Inn at the Roberts Center. This is UC Basketball from Learfield.
Mo Egger with the Ralph's American Grill Halftime Report at Fifth Third Arena, where it is halftime of the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout. UC Bearcats led for most of the first half, had led by as many as 9 points. Yet on a Zach Fremantle 3 at the buzzer, the Musketeers lead Cincinnati by a point. Xavier on top of UC by a score of 31-30. On the college basketball scoreboard today, late second half scores. Second-rated Auburn is blowing out Ohio State by a score of 80-43. Early on, just getting underway, it's Butler and number 20 Wisconsin, the Badgers, with an early 4-0 lead. Couple of finals from earlier today. 17th-rated Texas A&M beats 11th-ranked Purdue in Indianapolis, 70-66. And in overtime, Memphis beats number 16 Clemson by a score of 87-82. Tipping off in just a few minutes in Phoenix, it's number 24 UCLA taking on Arizona. Also tipping off this hour, it's 10th-rated Kansas and NC State. 9th-rated Florida taking on Arizona State, and 19th-rated Ole Miss with a game in Biloxi against Southern Miss. Later tonight, it's 5th-rated Kentucky hosting Louisville. That game is at 5:15 today. Also later on, it's top-rated Tennessee at Illinois. 25th-rated Mississippi State hosting McNeese. 6th-rated Marquette's at Dayton. And number 8 Gonzaga takes on 18th-ranked UConn at Madison Square Garden. Oklahoma State battles number 13 Oklahoma in Oklahoma City tonight. And 7th-rated Alabama will host Creighton this evening. In the Big 12, UCF at halftime leads Tulsa by a score of 45-39. Later today, it's West Virginia hosting Bethune-Cookman. Utah has a home game against Radford, and BYU later tonight hosting Wyoming. Don't forget, tomorrow we've got the Bengals and Titans from Nashville on 700 WLW. Kickoff of that game at 1 o'clock. Pre-game coverage will begin at 9 a.m. Halftime score here at Fifth Third. Xavier leads Cincinnati 31-30. Ralph's American Grill halftime report continues after this on 700 WLW.
Feel like you've tried every single fad diet and you're still not losing weight? Or you're not into expensive solutions with side effects that might stop working as soon as you stop using them? Time to get to the root cause and start a plan that's tailored to your needs and to your unique biology. Start by taking Viome's one-of-a-kind microbiome test. It reveals your responses to over 370 foods. Viome is the only company that uses cutting-edge RNA and AI technology to decode your results and turn them into a plan that includes the exact foods foods you should eat and avoid, plus personalized supplements and biotics to boost your goals. Weight loss problems solved. No more gaining and losing the same stubborn pounds. This holiday season, why not give your loved ones, including yourself, a Viome test? Here's to a healthier, more energized, more vital life. Go to Viome.com to learn more and get $110 off any test using code IHEART. That's V as in victory, IOME.com. Viome, your personalized plan to lose weight starts now.
From battery issues to flat tires to keys locked in your car, AAA's affordable roadside assistance is there for you 24/7, 365. Join now at AAA.com/member. Roadside assistance is provided by independent facilities contracted by AAA. Coverage in taxis, limousines, and other ride-sharing conveyances is excluded. Offers, terms, conditions, and policies are subject to change without notice. Visit AAA.com/member for details. Savings partners subject to change.
700 WLW.
Dan, Terry, and Mo back at Fifth Third Arena. Thanks for tuning in today. Xavier up by 1 at the half, 31-30. Let's take a look at first half stats brought to you by Skyline Chili, the official chili of Bearcat basketball. Feeling good. It's Skyline time. Neither team shot it very well in the first half. To put it nicely, Xavier at 38%, and that's about 10 percentage points better than Cincinnati. The Bearcats 8 for 28, 27.6%.
And they went on a scoring drought. They didn't score a basket in the last 7 minutes of the game, of first half. So
field goal. Yeah.
Field goal, that is. So you're getting free throws. You miss a couple of those. You got to convert plays.
Zach Fremantle, 16 points in the first half, so he's got more than half of Xavier's total. We anticipated that Jizzle James would rise to the occasion and play a great game. Hopefully he still will. Couldn't get a shot to go down in the first half, though, 0 for 6.
And you have nothing from Seamoss Nicosia, so you're counting on this guy. He's number 6 in the country in three-point shooting. You're counting on him to get loose and free. They haven't been able to free him up to get any shots. He's gotten foul trouble trying to play defense on post players. We got to free up the guys. The guys that's supposed to play big need to play big.
Xavier out-rebounded Cincinnati 22-18. The Bearcats only turned it over 3 times in the half. The Musketeers turned it over 7 times.
Yeah, and all the hustle points. You got 5 block shots, you got 3 steals. So you're doing what you're supposed to do. You're not turning the ball over, putting it in harm's way. You are losing the battle of the glass 22-18. But you can live with that. It all comes down to, in this half, in a tight, closely contested game, it's free throws. They were 11-14, and one of those was a front end of a 1-and-1.
2 of them, actually.
2 of them.
Yep.
So there you go.
Yep. Dylan Mitchell and Day Thomas both converted in 1-and-1 opportunities for Cincinnati in the first half. The Bearcats leading scorers in the half, Connor Hickman and Day Thomas with 6 points apiece. And again, Zach Fremantle with a big half for the Musketeers. He had 16 points on 6 of 12 shooting, including a 3-pointer at the buzzer that gave Xavier the 1-point halftime lead. 31-30 is the score, and you've been listening to the Ralph's American Grill Halftime Report presented by Ralph's American Grill in Wilmington, just off I-71 at exit 50 in the Holiday Inn at the Roberts Center. Back with the second half in a moment. Xavier up by 1 on 700 WLW.
Supplements are everywhere, but how do you know they're working or not hurting? What if you could get custom-made supplements with the exact ingredients and dosages that work for you? Meet Viome, creator of the world's most advanced microbiome test. This isn't a food sensitivity test. This tells you exactly what you need to eat and avoid based on your body's response to over 370 foods. Viome uses cutting-edge RNA and AI technology to analyze your unique biology and creates a personalized plan to optimize your health. That's not all. They create made-for-you supplements, biotics, and oral care products, all tailored specifically to your results. Whether you want to improve energy, increase focus, or lose weight, Viome offers a personalized plan to help you succeed. It's easy to get started, all from the comfort of your home. Take control of your health journey today and reap the benefits long-term. Visit Viome.com to learn more and get $110 off. Any test using code IHEART. That's Viome.com. Viome, your health evolution starts now.
Stuff happens. That's why AAA membership offers lockout assistance, flat tire assistance, and RIP My Battery assistance. No wonder 56 million drivers trust our roadside assistance. Join now at AAA.com/member. Roadside assistance is provided by independent facilities contracted by AAA. Coverage in taxis, limousines, and other ride-sharing conveyances is excluded. Offers, terms, conditions, and policies are subject to change without notice. Visit AAA.com/member for details.
You are listening to News Radio 700 WLW.
31-30. Xavier up by 1 at the half. Zach Fremantle leading the way with 16 first-half points. Came into the game with 1,395 in his outstanding career at Xavier and having an excellent day so far today. There are several websites that before the season came out with their list of the top 100 players in college basketball. CBS Sports did it. ESPN did it. The Field of 68. College basketball website did it as well. Zach Fremantle in the top 100 of all of those. He was number 76 according to CBS, number 68 according to ESPN, number 55 according to Field of 68. He's living up to that top 100 status so far today.
Before the 22-23 season, he was number 25, and then he missed the last 15 games of his junior year, or that year, and then all of last season.
With an injured foot that required a couple of surgical procedures. Xavier has the ball to begin the second half, and we are underway here at Fifth Third Arena. Foster catching inside the arc, backing down Dylan Mitchell. Bandego provides a little help. Now it's Conwell backing up to shoot a contested three. Blocked by Dan Skillings.
They call
and a foul has been called on Conwell?
Yes.
He must have grabbed Skillings. No, they're calling it on Skillings. It's called on Skillings, who can't believe it. He blocked the shot. I don't know why Sean Miller is complaining.
He wanted the shot.
Okay, so they're not ruling it a shooting foul. Xavier keeps the ball. The foul on Skillings was his second. He blocked the three-point attempt by Ryan Conwell. Conwell has it at the left point. Jab step, gets a pick from Fremantle, now passes to Fremantle, swings it to the left wing at McKnight. McKnight driving into the lane against Jizzle James. Nice bounce pass. Reverse layup up and in by Dalen Swain.
Yeah, caught Seamoss on the backdoor cut.
7 in the game for Swain. Xavier up by 3, 33-30. We're in the first minute of the second half. James dribbling outside the arc right for Cincinnati, lobs it down low, and it's dunked in by Dylan Mitchell.
It's a beautiful set pass. Flew at the top of the square on the backboard, the white square, and he caught it.
Cincinnati within 1, 33-32, 19 minutes left in the game. Here's Conwell, some fancy dribbling, bumps chests with Skillings, passes to Fremantle, who gives it back. Conwell driving, now thought about the step back three, didn't take it. Here's Swain penetrating into the corner. Conwell launches a three, no good. Rebounded by Jizzle James. Conwell didn't make a three in the first half. He's hunting them now. Cincinnati quickly down the floor. Skillings layup, no good. Rebounded by Bandego, and he dunks it home.
Skillings just tried to get the ball to the rim. He pump fake shot it with his left hand. No one's there.
The Bearcats have taken a 34-33 lead thanks to a couple of dunks in the first 90 seconds of the second half. Swain driving along the lane line, running bank, no good. Foul called on Simas Lukosius.
Well, we haven't seen a team that does attack the basket the way that Xavier does. When they go downhill on this high post screen, they don't mess around. They go downhill. They force the contact. They make you make a decision. Either you're going to try to block the shot or you're going to protect the three-point, but you can't do both.
One thing I've noticed a lot since Sean Miller returned for his second tour of duty at Xavier, here comes the free throw by Swain. It is good. Xavier has not missed from the line yet. 7 for 7 so far. He gets his players opportunity for right-hand drives along the right side of the lane.
Yes, he plays to their strength.
Yep. Some well-conceived offensive sets in order for his players to do that. Second free throw up and in. Swain makes them both, and Xavier's back in front, 35-34. 9 for Swain, more than he averages per game. He came in averaging 8.5. Skillings has it outside the arc, hits a cutting Bandego on the low block, jumps and throws it backward to Jizzle James. Jizzle out near the C-paw. Bandego sets a pick. Jizzle swerving through traffic, pull-up jumper, short. He's 0 for 7 in the game. Xavier runs a fast break. Conwell lays it up and in. Nice feed from McKnight. More fast break points for the Musketeers, number 2 in the country in that category. Coming in, They've taken a 3-point lead again, 37-34. Jizzle James driving, now reverses direction. He's outside the arc at the left point. Jizzle driving to the free throw line, alley-oop. Bandega went up to dunk and dropped the ball. Should have been a slam. Xavier has the ball. Now a steal by Dylan Mitchell on a pass intended for Swain. Long lead feed, caught by Skillings. Missed a lefty layup, jumped off the wrong foot. You can tell he's just not right yet. Swain drives, layup, good.
A lot of contact on that drive.
Dan Skillings, without having missed a month with a knee injury, would be jumping up and dunking these in. He's jumping off the wrong foot. He looks really uncomfortable. Wes Miller calls a timeout.
Yeah, and he's rushing the shot. Had no opportunity, no reason to rush that shot.
We have a timeout. We'll take a break. Xavier on a 6-0 run. We have 17 minutes and 7 seconds to go. The Musketeers have taken a 5-point lead. 39-34 the score. Xavier leads. And this is the Crosstown Shootout presented by Ralph's American Grill on 700 WLW.
Supplements are everywhere, but how do you know they're working or not hurting? What if you could get custom-made supplements with the exact ingredients and dosages that work for you? Meet Viome, creator of the world's most advanced microbiome test. This isn't a food sensitivity test. This tells you exactly what you need to eat and avoid based on your body's response to over 370 foods. Viome uses cutting-edge RNA and AI technology to analyze your unique biology and creates a personalized plan to optimize your health. That's not all. They create made-for-you supplements, biotics, and oral care products, all tailored specifically to your results. Whether you want to improve energy, increase focus, or lose weight, Viome offers a personalized plan to help you succeed. It's easy to get started, all from the comfort of your home. Take control of your health journey today and reap the benefits long-term. Visit Viome.com to learn more and get $110 off any test using code IHEART. That's Viome.com. Viome. Your health evolution starts now.
Stuff happens. That's why AAA membership offers lockout assistance, flat tire assistance, and RIP My Battery assistance. No wonder 56 million drivers trust our roadside assistance. Join now at AAA.com/member. Roadside assistance is provided by independent facilities contracted by AAA. Coverage in taxis, limousines, and other ride-sharing conveyances is excluded. Offers, terms, conditions, and policies are subject to change without notice. Visit AAA.com/member for details.
700 WLW.
Xavier up by 5, 39-34. We have 17:07 to go. The Bearcats have only made 10 field goals in this game. Xavier's made 14. Of the 10 baskets Cincinnati has made, 6 are dunks. So they've only made 4 non-dunks in this game.
You're not going to beat Xavier with that ratio. Think about this. Simas Lukosius is 0 of 3. Dan Skillings, 1 of 7. Jizzle James, 0 of 7. Your 3 primary scorers that you're counting on to go out and get you buckets have not scratched. And so you have to go out and you have to find and manufacture offense some other way. I'm going to say that Simas Lukosius is going to make a shot here, try to get the fans going. But you also have an embarrassment of riches on the bench. C.J. Frederick, put him in the game. Like, you can have other guys and other options. Connor Hickman made a shot earlier. Get him going.
See if Wes Miller brings a sub in coming out of this timeout. Dan Skillings really struggling, and he is going to come out of the game. So the Bearcats will have Dylan Mitchell, Simas Lukosius, Jizzle James, Aziz Bandego.
That's only 4.
And Connor Hickman on
Connor
the floor.
Yeah.
The Cincinnati's ball. Xavier on a 6-0 run. And this 5-point lead is Xavier's biggest. The Bearcats led by 9 with 7 minutes left in the first half. Jizzle James walks it into the front court. McKnight defends. Mitchell catches at the right elbow, had it poked away, but runs the loose ball down. Dylan now. Guarded by Swain on the perimeter, throws it out to center court and Lukosius. 10 to shoot. Bandego sets a pick. 3-point shot in the air. In and out for Simas. Tap out. Back to Simas by Dylan Mitchell. Shoots another 3. Air ball. Offensive rebound, Mitchell, but he was standing out of bounds when he grabbed it.
Got to keep shooting. If I'm Simas Lukosius, I'll go 0 for 15 before I stop shooting.
He is 0 for 5 overall. 0 for 3 from outside the arc. He has made 3 foul shots. Xavier's ball leading by 5. Here's Swain driving along the right side of the lane. Put up a terrible shot, rebounded by Bandego. Thought that was going to be a layup for Xavier. Here's Dylan Mitchell. Jump stop to the low block, and he gets fouled by Marcus Foster.
Foster never believes he fouls. Every time he gets a foul called on him, he looks over at the referee with open palms asking, what did I do wrong?
That was Xavier's first foul of the second half. Cincinnati's been called for 2. Jizzle James will inbound for the Bearcats. Lobs it into the corner for Bandego. Hands it back to Jizzle. Cincinnati down by 5, 16-15 to go. Here's Hickman wheeling to the free throw line. Back to Jizzle James. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Jizzle now outside the arc left. Drives into the short corner. Puts up a shot. It is in and out. No good. Rebounded by Conwell. Dribbles the other way for the Musketeers. Xavier up by 5. McKnight, top of the circle, fakes the handoff to Conwell, passes on the wing for Foster. Foster now dribbling to the free throw line, into the lane, and lots of contact, and a reach-in foul be called on Connor Hickman. First foul on Hickman, third foul on Cincinnati, and it takes us to the under 16-minute timeout. The score, Xavier 39, Cincinnati 34. You're listening to the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout presented by Ralph's American Grill on News Radio 700 WLW.
Supplements are everywhere, but how do you know they're working or not hurting? What if you could get custom-made supplements with the exact ingredients and dosages that work for you? Meet Viome, creator of the world's most advanced microbiome test. This isn't a food sensitivity test. This tells you exactly what you need to eat and avoid based on your body's response to over 370 foods. Viome uses cutting-edge RNA and AI technology to analyze your unique biology and creates a personalized plan to optimize your health. That's not all. They create made-for-you supplements, biotics, and oral care products, all tailored specifically to your results. Whether you want to improve energy, increase focus, or lose weight, Viome offers a personalized plan to help you succeed. It's easy to get started, all from the comfort of your home. Take control of your health journey today and reap the benefits long-term. Visit Viome.com to learn more and get $110 off any test using code IHEART. That's Viome.com. Viome. Your health evolution starts now.
From battery issues to flat tires to keys locked in your car, AAA's affordable roadside assistance is there for you 24/7, 365. Join now at AAA.com/member. Roadside assistance is provided by independent facilities contracted by AAA. Coverage in taxis, limousines, and other ride-sharing conveyances is excluded. Offers, terms, conditions, and policies are subject to change without notice. Visit AAA.com/member for details. Savings partners subject to change.
This is 700 WLW, the home of the UC Bearcats.
This is the 92nd edition of the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout. Cincinnati leading the all-time series 51-40, but Xavier is obviously gaining on the Bearcats, having gone 20-8 in the last 28 meetings. The series began in 1928 when UC helped what was then St. Xavier College dedicate a new gym, Schmidt Fieldhouse. March of 1928, Xavier won that first meeting 29-25. Put it in perspective, back then, 1928, sliced bread was invented. So it's been a while since these two teams have been playing basketball.
The best things in sliced bread then? That's where that came from?
That's when it started. That's when it was patented. Bubble gum was also invented in 1928.
You need a hobby, brother. I'm just
never been disputed. That is my hobby.
And how
finding
did you get
obscure minutia.
Yeah, this hieroglyphics on this page that you have right here.
Yeah.
You just looked at it and it came to life for you. What do you got?
Yeah, it's right there. It's scribbled down right there.
He's got 4 words and he turned it into a whole paragraph.
Xavier with the ball leading by 5. 39-34 is the score. We've got 15 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Second half score 8-4 Musketeers. McKnight throws it into the corner to Swain. Lukosius on him with 3 fouls. Conwell catches outside the arc. Now Fremantle, top of the circle, to Foster, curling off a screen for a 3. No good. Long rebound, grabbed by a leaping Hickman. He'll dribble the other way for Cincinnati. The Cats trying to take a bite out of a 5-point deficit. Bandego between the circles. Couple of right-hand dribbles. Underhand flip for Mitchell. Over-the-shoulder pass for Jizzle James. McKnight defends. Jizzle drives. Shoots a fall away from the baseline. No good. Tipped up by Mitchell. No good. And the rebound goes to Fremantle. Chisel James having a tough time. He is 0 for 9. Xavier with the ball. Here's Conwell on the wing. Shoots a step back three. Misses it. Rebounded by Mitchell.
Gonna push.
He'll throw it ahead for Chisel James. 15 minutes to go. Cincinnati trails Xavier by 5. 39-34. Chisel James outside the arc left. McKnight on him. Now Bandego, top of the circle. 1 foot inside the arc. Chisel catches left wing. Drives to the free throw line. Alley-oop. Deflected by Fremantle. Stolen by Foster. Guns it ahead for Swain. Drives to the rim. Misses the layup. Hickman grabs a contested rebound. Good job by Connor Hickman. Cincinnati's ball down by 5. Bandego looking right. Passes to the wing. Mitchell catches. Fakes left. Dribbles right. Gets to the hole. Lays it in. Foster called for the foul. No complaint this time from Marcus Foster.
They got to. Jizzle's just not his moment right now. They can come in and give a boost as Jizzle goes out. But Connor Hickman, very athletic rebound on one end. And then now you expect your stars to step up when they need you the most. And the most dynamic player we have is Dylan Mitchell. And without the dunks, they've been able to hold him in check. He's rebounded pretty decently, but now he's got to be able to take care of the game as driving the basketball.
His foul shot is good.
Wow.
He's gone 3 for 3 from the line, so a 3-point play cuts the Xavier lead to 2, 39-37. Conwell dribbling near the top of the key. Picked up on a switch by Dylan Mitchell. Penetrates, stops, tough shot, banks it in. Ryan Conwell with 6 points this afternoon. Xavier 41, Cincinnati 37, 14:06 to go. Day Thomas on the right wing. Driving with the left hand into the paint. Finds Connor Hickman wide open in the corner. He makes a 3, and it's a 1-point game.
Yeah, Connor Hickman is embracing this challenge. He brought his weapon with him today.
That brings the crowd to life, and Sean Miller wants a timeout. Connor Hickman looking toward the Bearcat fans and flexing. His open 3 from the corner makes it Xavier 41, Cincinnati 40. This is just a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here with 13 minutes and 48 seconds to go.
So now you got guys that can break you down. And what Xavier's doing is Xavier's just being physical. They're doing a lot of grabbing on the guys that are on the baseline trying to come off the shooters. So when they're switching, they're grabbing you first and then they switch. They just don't interchange. And it's a great tactic to have because the refs aren't calling it. And the Bearcats aren't used to this type of physical play. If they can ever start breaking those guys down, getting downhill like Xavier's doing to us, and kicking out the corner for open shots, we'll make some of those.
So the Bearcats with 6 quick points, an old-school 3-point play by Dylan Mitchell, followed by the 3-point basket by Connor Hickman. They are Cincinnati's leading scorers with 9 points apiece. And after being down by 5, Cincinnati trails by 1. 13 minutes and 48 seconds to go. Dante Maddox checks in for Xavier. He'll throw it in from the sideline right next to his head coach, 56-year-old Sean Miller, in his 8th year at Xavier in 2 different stints. Inbounded to McKnight at center court. Turns to face Day Thomas. Bounces it left wing for Conwell. Lobs it under the basket. One-hand catch by Hunter. Missed an easy shot. Gets his own rebound. And goes back up and has his second try blocked. But a foul is called on Cincinnati and Arrington Page.
Got to rebound the ball. He missed the first time. And all the guards are standing outside waiting on the tip out. You got to get in there and just collapse and strip him when he gets the rebound.
Jerome Hunter at the free throw line. His first one is up. It is good. Xavier still has not missed. 9 for 9 from the free throw line.
That's how you stay in the game.
Bearcats have been good from the line as well. 12 for 15. Second shot up. It is no good. The jinx worked. Cincinnati has the ball down by 2, 42-40.
Thought you were losing it for a minute.
Day Thomas dribbling into the front court for the Bearcats, driving toward the corner, now reverses direction, still dribbling, passes up top for Seamoss. Cincinnati with the ball down by 2, 13-18 to go. Lukosius driving to the free throw line, keeps driving into the lane, stops, spins, shoots, and scores! Hit the rim, hit the backboard, and fell through. We are tied at 42, 13:07 to go. Xavier quickly into the front court. Conwell, no-look bounce pass, caught by Fremantle. Couldn't get up a shot. Guns it outside the arc. Here's Conwell for three. No good. Weak side rebound goes to Connor Hickman. Cincinnati can take the lead. Hickman crosses center court. Dribbles to the top of the key. Goes between the legs. Lobs it outside for Lukosius and throws it out of bounds. Seamoss started to break toward the baseline, and Connor Hickman expected him to still be standing there.
Well, it's a read and react type of offense on that particular possession, so every once in a while you get a throwaway like that.
Conwell will come out. Foster checks back in. Conwell, one of the nation's best three-point shooters, 36 coming into the game, and a 46% three-point shooter, 0 for 4 in this game.
Now you got
Skilling's in, Mitchell out.
Skilling's at power forward now.
12:41 to go. We are tied at 42. Maddox catches outside the arc left, guarded by Hickman. Dribble handoff for McKnight. Now Foster fakes a shot from the wing. Feeds it down low to Fremantle. Shoots over Page. No good. Rebound grabbed by Xavier and laid in by Hunter. That rebound should have been grabbed by Day Thomas.
Yeah, one-hand snags. Two-hand rebounds.
Second chance baskets adding up for the Musketeers. Cincinnati trails 44-42. Day Thomas had it stolen by Fremantle. Ball's on the floor, and it's picked up by Xavier. It's a breakaway for Hunter and a two-hand dunk.
Attack. I don't like calling the play every possession down.
Last 30 seconds have been abysmal for Cincinnati. They're down by 4, 46-42. Day Thomas with it outside the arc left on the wing.
Nobody wants the ball.
Guarded by McKnight. Page comes over to set a pick. Day now penetrates. 12-footer short. Rebound goes to Fremantle. Bearcats are not getting good shots. Here's a wide open three. No good by Maddox. Rebounded by Lukosius. We'll see if the Bearcats can run. Down by 4, 46-42. Lukosius into the front court. Takes a contested three. No good. Rebound goes toward the corner. Knocked out of bounds by Xavier.
And Coach West was ready to call a timeout if they would have made that three. Then he told him to just speed down and try to get a play. But I'm not in favor of calling a play every time. Let the natural rhythm of the game come to these guys.
We have a timeout on the floor with 11 minutes and 22 seconds to go. The score is Xavier 46, Cincinnati 42. You're listening to the Crosstown Shootout, presented by Ralph's American Grill on News Radio 700 WLW.
Want to improve your health, energy, and longevity? Discover the secret to better health with Viome. It's the world's most advanced microbiome test, and you can take it from the comfort of your own home. Viome is the only company that uses RNA technology to tell you how your body reacts to food. More than 370 foods, in fact. And food is the key. If you eat and avoid the right ones, food can be your medicine. Viome's AI technology creates a personalized plan that tells you exactly that. Because some healthy foods may not actually be good for you. Like 50% of people should avoid spinach. Are you eating right and still unable to lose weight? Feeling moody or having mental fog? Maybe it's spinach. Test and find out. Viome is also the only company that can create customized supplements based on your unique biology to help you improve specific areas of health. Go to Viome.com to learn more and get $110 off any test using code IHEART. Viome. The future of health is here.
Stuff happens. That's why AAA membership offers lockout assistance, flat tire assistance, and RIP My Battery assistance. No wonder 56 million drivers trust our roadside assistance. Join now at AAA.com/member. Roadside assistance is provided by independent facilities contracted by AAA. Coverage in taxis, limousines, and other ride-sharing conveyances is excluded. Offers, terms, conditions, and policies are subject to change without notice. Visit AAA.com/member for details.
News Radio 700 WLW.
Xavier up by 4, 46-42. We have 11 minutes and 22 seconds to go. Offensive rebound is always so important in tight games. The Bearcats have more offensive rebounds in this game, but are doing less with them. They've got 9. Xavier has 8, but second chance points, 9-4, a difference of 5 in favor of the Musketeers.
And also points in the paint. You think the Bearcats would have, if they can keep Aziz on the floor, you know, he's fatigued because he's doing so much. They're winning that battle 28-18. That comes from drives to the basket. That comes from, you know, tip outs. All these things, they have to be better at finishing around the basket. And then you got Seamoss, Lukosius, got to get going. He's more than just a three-point shooter. He doesn't have to jack up long shots. Use that big body, get down to the paint, post him up if you have to, because he's very crafty in the paint. But we cannot sit out there and play like the Golden State Warriors, jacking up threes all day when they're taking that away. Xavier hasn't made a three-point shot in the second half. They're 0 of 6. We've done our job. Now we got to find the way to just move the clock. Little by little. Free throws and two-pointers work just as well as a three-pointer occasionally.
Jizzle James, Simas Lukosius, and Dan Skillings are a combined 2 for 23 from the floor in this game. Jizzle still yet to score. He is 0 for 9. 8 of those misses have been from inside the arc. And good shots that he typically makes, but unfortunately for him, they've not gone in today.
And he, sometimes you want it so much. I remember Kobe Bryant in Game 7 of the championship against Boston, where he could not make anything. He wanted it so much he was pressing. And it wasn't for the Ron Artest bailout shot, he wouldn't have his championship.
Cincinnati will throw it in with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Fremantle is out for Xavier. Hughley has checked in. Day Thomas looks to get it in. Throws a pass that's caught by Hickman. Quick three. No good.
Wow, right on point, too.
Rebounded by Xavier. So the Musketeers have the ball with a 4-point lead. Conwell running the point now with McKnight taking a break. Conwell has it out near center court. Day Thomas defends. Hunter sets a pick, and it's a moving pick. That'll be a foul on Jerome Hunter.
Dan Skillings called the screen out, but he's in drop coverage. You don't want to do that unless you're afraid he's going to roll and pin you on the block. You got to be up there right with him.
Foul on Hunter, his first, team's third here in the second half. Cincinnati's been called for 4. Bandego checks back in. Page comes out. The Bearcats have the ball trailing 46-42. Hickman right next to his head coach. Bounces it to Lukosius. Top of the circle. Foster defends. Bandego at the left elbow. Fake the handoff. Fakes another handoff. Now throws it to Day. Tried to penetrate. Defender fell down. Day up top for Hickman. Now it's Lukosius with 6 to shoot. He's going to have to create. Fires a contested 3. No good. Rebounded in the corner by Hunter. Simas Lukosius has missed all 5 of his 3-point attempts. Conwell driving into the lane. Up top for Hunter. Gets it to Maddox. Maddox outside the arc. Now will drive toward the basket. Shoots from the baseline. It is no good. Rebounded by Lukosius. Dribbles quickly the other way. Cincinnati looking to attack. Hickman to the rim. Missed the layup. Put back up by Lukosius, and he puts it in.
Way to attack. You got to get some fast break points. Connor Hickman is more athletic than people think he is.
46-44. Xavier with the ball up by 2. 10:04 left in regulation. Foster dribbling outside the arc. He's near the top of the key. Fakes a pass down low. Nobody open. Throws it back outside for Maddox. Maddox to the free throw line. Continues to drive. Spins. Shoots. Misses. Bandego grabs the rebound. And Cincinnati has the ball down by 2. Here's Day Thomas just past center court. Wes Miller giving hand signals to indicate what he wants the Bearcats to run. 9.5 minutes to go. Cincinnati trying to tie it up with a 2 or take the lead with a 3. 10 left to shoot. Day driving toward the bucket. Goes behind the back. In the lane. Finds Lukosius open. Couldn't get off a 3. Now Day with 3 to shoot. Don't know if he knows it. Spins. Got hit on the arm. No whistle. And the loose ball goes to Xavier.
But he had a wide open shot. He broke his guy down. You heard the ooh and ah from the fans. He gets in the middle of the paint and he kicks it out for the shot. Is basketball being ruined? Because to me, that's a layup. He had a wide open layup, and he chose to kick it out for a 3-point shot that never came.
Jizzle James back in. Dylan Mitchell back in. Dan Skillings coming out. Connor Hickman comes out. 9:14 to go. Xavier has the ball. Fremantle back in for the Musketeers. Now McKnight driving on Jizzle James. A little bit of contact on the wing, and a foul is called on Jizzle. That is his second and the team's 5th. 9:08 to go. And Xavier will inbound from the bench area. 46-44 Musketeers. Conwell will throw it in. Played against Cincinnati for Indiana State in the NIT last year. He inbounds to McKnight. McKnight bounce pass for Hunter, left elbow. Now Conwell curling off a screen, feeds it back to Hunter, throws it outside the arc for McKnight. McKnight double teamed on the perimeter, no look bounce pass. Hunter driving, shooting, missing. Fremantle went for the follow dunk, missed it, pushed the Bearcat out of the way, feeds it under the basket to Hunter, and he draws a 2-shot foul.
Yeah, but I don't like the fact that Aziz Bandego his job is to block shots, rebound, and intimidate. But he's the only one. Like, every other player is out past the three-point line, ready to run in the transition, and nobody is helping Aziz, and he ends up picking up the foul.
2 free throws coming for Jerome Hunter, with Xavier leading 46-44. His first shot is up. It is good. 6 points for him, and they've all come in the last few minutes.
Don't tell me how good you are on offense. When defense comes, you're nowhere to be found. Stick your nose in there and make a play.
Second free throw good. Hunter, a 64% free throw shooter, has gone 3 for 4 in this game. Xavier's back on top by 4. Hunter will come out. Hughley will check in. Bearcats now have 6 fouls against a very good free throw shooting team, and Xavier's only been called for 3. 8:42 to go. The Bearcats trail by 4, 48-44. Bandego top of the circle. Outside the arc now for Thomas. Sizes up Conwell on the dribble. Penetrates to the free throw line. Continues to dribble. Picked up on a switch by Fremantle. Now it's Mitchell. Mitchell, great crossover dribble. Gets to the hole and lays it in.
I thought he was going to jack that one back with the left hand.
11 points for Dylan Mitchell. Cincinnati trails by 2, 48-46. 8:15 to go. Here's Swain driving toward the goal. Bounces it backward for McKnight. Now Conwell has it. He penetrates toward the block, feeds it in the lane. Fremantle got fouled by Jizzle James, and Cincinnati is over the limit with 8 minutes and 6 seconds to go. Jizzle James called for his third, and a 1-and-1 opportunity is coming up for Zach Fremantle. Here comes the free throw for Zach Fremantle. It is in the air, and it is good. 17 points for him. That's his first point in the second half. Xavier now 11 for 12 from the free throw line in this game. Second foul shot for Fremantle. Yes, sir. Nothing but net. Xavier by 4 again, 50-46. 8:03 to go. The Bearcats over the limit with 7 fouls. Xavier's only been called for 3. That could be huge down the stretch. Here's Lukosius driving toward the basket. Double team taken away by Xavier. McKnight feeds it to Conwell. Steps into a 3. It's good. Wes Miller calls a timeout. Cincinnati has fallen behind 53-46 with 7 minutes and 46 seconds to go. First made 3 for Ryan Conwell in the game. He's 1 for 5. And the Musketeers have taken a 53-46 lead. We'll take a timeout. 7 minutes, 46 seconds to go. This is the Crosstown Shootout, presented by Ralph's American Grill on 700 WLW.
Feel like you've tried every single fad diet and you're still not losing weight? Or you're not into expensive solutions with side effects that might stop working as soon as you stop using them? Time to get to the root cause and start a plan that's tailored to your needs and to your unique biology. Start by taking Viome's one-of-a-kind microbiome test. It reveals your responses to over 370 foods. Viome is the only company that uses cutting-edge RNA and AI technology to decode your results and turn them into a plan that includes the exact foods you should eat and avoid, plus personalized supplements and biotics to boost your goals. Weight loss problems solved. No more gaining and losing the same stubborn pounds. This holiday season, why not give your loved ones, including yourself, a Viome test? Here's to a healthier, more energized, more vital life. Go to Viome.com to learn more and get $110 off any test using code IHEART. That's V as in victory, IOME.com. Viome, your personalized plan to lose weight starts now.
Stuff happens. That's why AAA membership offers lockout assistance, flat tire assistance, and RIP My Battery assistance. No wonder 56 million drivers trust our roadside assistance. Join now at AAA.com/member. Roadside assistance is provided by independent facilities contracted by AAA. Coverage in taxis, limousines, and other ride-sharing conveyances is excluded. Offers, terms, conditions, and policies are subject to change without notice. Visit AAA.com/member for details.
700 WLW.
Well, the Bearcats have 7 minutes and 46 seconds left to try to erase a 7-point deficit. If they don't, it'll be 6 straight losses to the Xavier Musketeers and a streak that will stretch beyond 6 years to 7.
Well, they've had the better program for the better part of 20 years. You talk about head-to-head matchups, tournament success. We're the bigger brand. We got to come out here and play Bearcat basketball, and we have not. We played soft. We played we let them push us off of our space. We let them deny us. We can't get to our spot. We can't break guys down and get to the hole. They're being tougher than us, positionally tougher. I'm not talking about throwing elbows and all that stuff. I'm talking about you're not getting to the spot. I don't care what you're doing. Reroute, go somewhere else. And that's what we're doing. And then when we get the ball in the paint, we're getting the ball knocked out of our hands. We cannot finish. We have to play tougher. We got to be mentally stronger.
Dan Skilling's back in for Cincinnati. The Bearcats have Dylan Mitchell, Jizzle James, Dan Skillings, Aziz Bandego, and Simas Lukosius on the floor. This was Cincinnati's starting lineup. Jizzle and Skillings have really struggled. Here's a nice feed under the basket. Dylan Mitchell goes to a hook, missed the shot, but a foul is called on Fremantle, and Dylan Mitchell will get 2 free throws as a result. Looked like a great opportunity for a 3-point play. Caught it right under the basket, but went to the lefty spin shot, missed it. Here's his first foul shot. It is up. It is off the back of the rim and no good.
Yeah, I've never seen a good shooter other than Larry Bird that brings the ball behind your head and it goes in.
11 points, 9 rebounds for Dylan Mitchell in his first Skyline Chili Crosstown shootout. His second shot is up. It is too strong, and the rebound is grabbed by Zach Fremantle. So the Bearcats got the ball right under the basket and wind up with nothing. 7.5 minutes to go. Xavier has the ball up by 7, 53-46. Conwell, who just made a 3, lobs under the basket, caught by Fremantle. Nice maneuver, missed the dunk, and the rebound goes to Dylan Mitchell. He's got a double-double. He dribbles up the near sideline into the front court. Fremantle on him. Now Jizzle James has it. Jizzle driving. 2-point jumper. In and out. No good.
Wow.
Ball gets knocked out of bounds by Xavier. Jizzle James is 0 for 10.
He just needs a layup. He needs to see the ball go through the basket. Maybe he needs to get to the free throw line to get a rhythm going.
Not showing any signs of frustration. His facial expression hasn't changed. He'll look to inbound, lobs it in, caught by Bandego, hands it back to Jizzle James. We're down to 7 minutes to go. Cincinnati down by 7 points. James to Lukosius, going by Swain on the dribble, shoots in traffic, and has the strength to score.
He's too good of a player to just sit behind the three-point line.
9 points for Lukosius. Xavier has it stolen. Lukosius dribbling the other way, gets to the bucket, tried to throw a behind-the-back pass on the run to Bandego. It's stolen by Xavier. Now an alley-oop, deflected away by Mitchell, but it goes to Conwell. Xavier has the ball up by 5.
Mitchell's limping under the basket.
Now he slaps at the floor, and the officials stop play. Mitchell kind of hopping up and down on one leg. Bob Mangine came towards center court, but he doesn't want to go out there and check on him unless he has to, because that would mean Mitchell would have to come out of the game. They're going to give him the opportunity to kind of walk it off. And it looks like Dylan Mitchell's going to try to stay in. Foster back in for Xavier. Hughley heads to the bench. 6:26 remaining. 53-48 Xavier. Foster bounces it in for Conwell on the center court logo. Skilling's on him defensively. Fremantle sets a pick. Now Fremantle has the ball. Gives up his dribble, bounces it for McKnight. Davion McKnight driving against Jizzle James. Shot comes up short. Fight for the rebound. We get a foul called on Xavier.
He was blanketed by Jizzle James all the way to the hole. And McKnight normally takes that and gets to that strong hand and puts it up off the glass. Could not make the shot.
Hunter called for the foul, his second and Xavier's 5th. Cincinnati's been called for 7. We have 6:08 to go. The Bearcats have the ball trailing 53-48. Jizzle James near the top of the key. Passes toward the wing. Skillings caught it without going out of bounds. Conwell on him. Now Lukosius curls off a screen. 3-point shot. Good! From in front of the Bearcat bench. Cincinnati pulls within 2. Simas finally makes a 3-point basket. Here's Foster at the free throw line. Driving against Lukosius. Spins again. Finds Fremantle open. His 15-footer is no good. We've got a whistle and a foul. It's going to be called on Xavier. Another foul in the rebound action called on Jerome Hunter, his 3rd, team 6th.
The Bearcats just need something to cheer for. I know you like to have the fans just start screaming and yelling for no reason at all to give your team some energy, but give them something to cheer about.
5:32 to go. Cincinnati with the ball down by 2, 53-51. Mitchell had it poked away by McKnight. Dylan Mitchell runs down the loose ball. Now Jizzle James has it in front of our broadcast location near the sideline. Dribbles toward the top of the key. Left open, three-point shot. In and out. No good.
Wow.
Rebounded by Fremantle. Jizzle James is 0 for 11. McKnight dribbling into the front court. Passes to Foster on the wing, who feeds it right back. 5:05 to go. McKnight going to a right-hand dribble. Follow-away jumper. Good from 15 feet.
And they
good
allowed
shot.
the push-off on Aziz to get the space.
First points of the game for McKnight. He's dished out 8 assists. 55-51. Cincinnati down by 4 with less than 5 minutes to go. 4:48 remaining. Fremantle runs way out to defend. Jizzle James. He passes to Bandego. Now Jizzle, top of the circle, gets a pick from Aziz. Dribbles to the free throw line. Alley-oop. Dunked in by Bandego. Right over Fremantle.
Got hit in the face.
55-53. Xavier by 2. 4.5 minutes to go. Fremantle top of the circle. Hands it off. Conwell operating against Dan Skillings. Whistle. No, a 3-second call. Hunter committing fouls, committing 3-second violations. It's helping the Bearcats immensely, and Cincinnati gets the ball down by 2 with 4:20 to go.
The retro call. I haven't seen a 3-second call since Shaq was still playing.
I am glad it still exists. Cincinnati with the ball down by 2, 4:15 to go. Everybody chewing on their fingernails here at Fifth Third Arena. Jizzle James dribbling outside the arc, left side of the floor, guarded by McKnight. Now Jizzle driving into the lane, alley-oop. Ball swatted off the rim, and a foul is called on Xavier.
Yeah, but he's throwing it to where the defense can get it. The ones that are successful is when you throw it above the rim, and only Bandego can go and grab the lob.
Fremantle called for the foul, and he comes up limping pretty badly. He gives the thumbs up that he can stay in the game. And much like Dylan Mitchell did a few moments ago, he'll walk it off with 4:03 to go. That puts Xavier over the limit. That is team foul number 7. This will be a 1-and-1 opportunity for Aziz Bandego with Cincinnati down by 2. The front end of the 1-and-1 is up and good. He rattles it in.
Be prepared for the tip out.
11 points for Aziz Bandego. Jizzle James out. Day Thomas in. 4:03 to go. This is for the tie for Aziz Bandego. His foul shot is in the air. It is good. And we're tied at 55 with 4:03 to go. Listen to the crowd here at Sold Out Fifth Third Arena. Xavier has the ball in the front court. Conwell outside the arc left. Inside the arc in the corner. Foster trying to muscle his way to the low block. Conwell, back to Foster, back to Conwell, open 3, no good. Rebounded by Day Thomas. Cincinnati can take the lead. 3:40 to go. Mitchell up the near sideline, crossover dribble. Lost the ball off his foot, saves it inbounds, caught by Day Thomas. Driving into the lane, kicks it out to Seamoss. Couldn't get off an open shot. 3:25 to go. Cincinnati still has it. 10 on the shot clock. Down low. Skillings shoots, scores, and the Bearcats have taken the lead with 3:18 to go.
Two-man action with 2 vets. Seamoss to Skillings for the basket.
57-55 Cincinnati. 3:08 left. Davion McKnight passing to Ryan Conwell. Conwell collides with Skillings. No whistle. He drives to the hole. And now a foul is called on Cincinnati as Conwell went up in traffic. Day Thomas tried to step in and draw the charge. The foul was called on him.
Yeah, they say feet were on the line. Automatic blocking foul.
So Ryan Conwell, a very good free throw shooter, will go to the line to shoot 2 and try to tie the game when we come back from this timeout. 3 minutes to go. Cincinnati 57, Xavier 55. Fasten your seatbelts for the finish. This is the Crosstown Shootout presented by Ralph's American Grill on 700 WLW.
Give the gift you can open.
Feel like you've tried every single fad diet and you're still not losing weight? Or you're not into expensive solutions with side effects that might stop working as soon as you stop using them? Time to get to the root cause and start a plan that's tailored to your needs and to your unique biology. Start by taking Viome's one-of-a-kind microbiome test. It reveals your responses to over 370 foods. Viome is the only company that uses cutting-edge RNA and AI technology to decode your results and turn them into a plan that includes the exact foods you should eat and avoid, plus personalized supplements and biotics to boost your goals. Weight loss problems solved. No more gaining and losing the same stubborn pounds. This holiday season, why not give your loved ones, including yourself, a Viome test? Here's to a healthier, more energized, more vital life. Go to Viome.com to learn more and get $110 off any test using code IHEART. That's V as in victory, IOME.com. Viome, your personalized plan to lose weight starts now.
News Radio 700, WLW.
We have 3 minutes to go in the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout, shaping up to be another classic finish. At the last time out with 7:46 left, Xavier had its biggest lead, on top by 7, 53-46. The Bearcats have outscored the Musketeers 9-2 in the last 4 minutes and 46 seconds. They've taken a 2-point lead, 57-55. Xavier will be at the line coming out of this timeout.
We were just talking about the points in the paint. 28-19 the last time we discussed it. It's 28 apiece. The Bearcats have been attacking the basket. Dan Skillings was the last one on that pick and roll between him and Seamus Lukosius. You know that Seamus is going to hit a shot or two. He's still engaged offensively. If he can continue to attack and put pressure on Xavier, the three will be there, but continue to attack. But defensively, you got to play lights out and not concede anything. 2
free throws coming for Ryan Conwell. The first is no good. A 79% free throw shooter, and the lefty missed it. Cincinnati leads 57-55. 3 minutes left. Conwell, in his first year at Xavier, puts up the second. That one is good. He's got 10 points in the game, and the Bearcats have a 1-point lead. Jizzle James will dribble the ball up the floor. Jizzle has had a rough go of it today. 0 for 11 from the floor. He's dribbling outside the arc left. McKnight defends. Seamus catches at the left elbow, looks for an open teammate. Now will shoot, and it's off the rim and goes in. Wes Miller calls a timeout. Seamus Lukosius put up a shot from about 12 feet. Looked like it was going to be short, but it trickled in.
And it looked like he got his wrist hit as he released that shot. Soft touch for the Bearcats.
Bearcats have taken a 3-point lead. 2 minutes and 41 seconds to go. Wes Miller called that timeout and got Day-Day Mitchell back into the game for defense.
Day-Day and Mitchell, you mean? Yeah, so. Or Day-Day Thomas.
Did I say Day-Day Mitchell?
Yes.
I combined the two. It's kind of like Jamar Chase Brown, the Bengals' top 2 offensive players of late. All right, so Day-Day Thomas back in, and Cincinnati has taken a 3-point lead with 2 minutes and 41 seconds to go.
Well, back to their roots. They're running the curl action. They're using Seamus as the decoy, coming off double screens at the top of the key. He catches it instead of the 3. He's using it because his defender is in trail position. He's keeping him on his back, getting into the paint, and then he spins around and shot a fadeaway in the middle of the paint. He is a much better scorer than he is a shooter. He's a great shooter, but the fact that he has all levels and he can get to the basket because he's slow motion, he can get a shot off in a myriad of ways. Continue to be the player that you are.
Seamus leads the Cats now with 14 points in the game. 11 have come in the second half. And the Bearcats are on an 11-3 run since the 7:46 mark to take a 59-56 lead with 2:41 to go.
Well, they have been scrapping defensively, fighting through screens. Xavier has been missing the shots in the paint lately that they were making in the first half. And defensively, the Cats have just been picking up. And now you got this tough unit out there. Skillings, known to gamble in situations like this and try to get tip-outs for dunks.
Conwell will dribble the ball up the floor for Xavier. The Bearcats lead by 3, 2:35 to go. Conwell between the circles, gives it up to the point guard, McKnight, being defended by Day Thomas. Sloppy dribble, stolen by Mitchell. Long lead feed, caught by Skillings. Hammers down, a right-hand dunk, and the Bearcats lead by 5 with 2:20 to go. Xavier has it in the front court. 2:15 left. Fremantle throws it out of bounds. He passed it toward the corner. Swain broke toward the basket, and he threw it to a fan in the first row.
Aziz goes by and gives Kenyon Martin, who stands up, a high five as he goes back down. The defensive intensity, they're taking it to another level, and the fans are rewarding them with their theme song.
61-56, Cincinnati by 5, 2:12 to go. Day Thomas walking the ball up the floor. Everybody in the lower bowl is standing up. Day in the front court now with 20 to shoot and 2:03 left in the game. Taking precious time off the clock now. Driving into the lane. Gets to the basket. Lefty bank. No good. Put back up by Mitchell. It won't count. A foul was called first on the drive by Day Thomas. It's called on McKnight.
Dan, that's what I wanted to see the last time Day Thomas broke his guy down. He has the ability to go full speed out of nowhere and then stop on the dime. And the last time he kicked it out for a shot that never came from Seamoss, he pump faked and went away. This time he went to the hole, drew the contact, put it up with the left.
1:57 to go. 2 free throws coming for Day Thomas. The senior from South Carolina puts it up and puts it in. 62-56, Cincinnati, 1:57 left. 7 in the game for Day.
I see dead people.
Here comes his second free throw. It is up. It is good. He makes them both. Cincinnati leads by 7. They were down by 7 with about 7 minutes to go. Now they lead by 7 with 1:50 to go. Conwell, quick trigger 3, and he makes it.
Yeah.
Man, that guy can shoot.
Went on below the screen, and it was nothing the Bearcats can do. That's the right way to play it. Dan Skillings, instead of fighting over the top of it, decided to go below, and just the little second that he missed, got the shot off.
Xavier calls a timeout. We'll keep it here. 1:47 left. Honestly, I don't think I'm exaggerating. He's one of the best I've ever seen at that type of three, where he runs to a spot, catches it, and fires.
Yeah, I mean, he's prolific. That's what every three-point shooter has a signature way that they like to catch the ball and shoot it. Some are off the bounce really good. Some like to catch it fading away. Steph Curry, anywhere on the three-point line, he shoots it. Seamoss likes to come off that screen, pump fake, maybe even give you a sidestep, couple of side steps and let it fly. Well, he likes to come off that screen, catch it, and let it fly from the top.
13 in the game for Conwell. Cincinnati leads 63-59, a 4-point advantage, 1:47 to go. Each team has been called for 8 fouls. The possession arrow favors Cincinnati. And the Bearcats, who are down by 7, lead by 4.
Here's what you got to watch out for. Sean Miller is not below him to try to hack a shack, so to speak, Dylan Mitchell and Aziz Bandago. So if they have the ball, anytime that they catch the ball around the paint, look for them to grab them, foul them, and send them to the free throw line to try to either take those guys out of the game or get them 1-2, 1 for 2, maybe even miss both of them if they can.
The next foul, if it's not in the act of shooting, would be a 1-and-1. Anything after that would be 2 shots. Also worth pointing out, neither coach has a timeout left with 1:47 to go, so the players have to be aware of that. They cannot call a timeout. Dylan Mitchell is going to throw it in, and it looks like Xavier's going to play some full-court defense. Mitchell guns it into Seamoss Lukosius. He'll be defended by Dalen Swain. Now he passes to Day Thomas, who will dribble the ball into the front court with a couple of seconds to spare. 1:38 to go. Cincinnati up by 4, 63-59. Lukosius grabbed on the perimeter by Swain. That'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity for a good free throw shooter, Seamoss Lukosius.
You want the ball in the hands of your best shooters and closers in a moment like this. So you run your pick and roll action, not with a guy that can roll, that can't necessarily score if you pass it to him. If you pass it to a guy that's rolling, it better be at the rim.
Seamoss Lukosius goes to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. This will be the last 1-and-1 for Cincinnati. Anything after this would be a 2-shot foul. Cincinnati leads by 4. Big free throw. The senior puts it up. In and out. No good. Rebounded by Conwell. So Seamoss misses. He had been 3 for 3. 1:30 to go. Fremantle near the top of the key. Gets it to Conwell. Skillings defends. Alley-oop. Tipped up by Fremantle, no good. Tipped up by Bandego. He almost tipped it in, but then he grabs the rebound. Cincinnati has the ball up by 4, 1:13 to go. Day Thomas dribbling into the front court, just barely avoided the 10-second violation. Lukosius on the wing, dribbles toward the top of the key. He's outside the arc. We're down to 1:02 to go. Long three in the air. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Xavier. 57 seconds to go. McKnight swerving into the front court, driving on Day Thomas. Spins, passes under the basket. Swain lays it in. 5 straight for Xavier, and Cincinnati's lead is down to 2 with 48 seconds to go. Thomas crosses center court, dribbles on the C-paw. Day crossover dribble, does it again, now backs up outside the arc, passes to Mitchell, feeds it back. 34 seconds to go, 11 seconds left to shoot. Cincinnati up by 2. Day outside the arc, picked up on a switch, goes by Fremantle on the dribble, puts up a shot, and a foul is called. Skillings actually put up the shot. Our view was blocked momentarily. Conwell called for the foul, and Dan Skilling gets 2 free throws with 24.5 seconds to go.
I just don't understand that last possession. I mean, I'm over here heated because you got Day just dribbling the ball. Seamoss sort of wants it, don't want it. If you're just going to dribble the ball out and tell a guy to go, give the ball to Seamoss, tell everybody else get out the way, and let him create.
Skillings makes the first free throw. It was the first one he's taken since the season opener. He's given Cincinnati a 3-point lead. Big free throw here to try to make it a 2-possession game. He wipes his sweaty palms on his shorts, dribbles 3 times. The shot is up. It is no good. He gets his own rebound and lays it in. What a play by Dan Skillings. Cincinnati by 5. 20 seconds to go. McKnight passes to Conwell. 3-point shot. Good. And a foul called on Skillings.
Oh, my goodness.
Skillings fouled a 3-point shooter. Conwell put it in. It's a 2-point game with 16 seconds to go, and Conwell can make it a 1-point game.
Sean Miller is upset, saying, how can he get the offensive rebound on a free throw crossing the line without anybody not being a violation?
66-64. Cincinnati up by 2, 16 seconds to go. The Bearcats have 2 bad free throw shooters on the floor right now in Aziz Bandego and Dylan Mitchell. Conwell at the line trying to make it a 1-point game. His shot is up, and that is a 4-point play.
Oh, my goodness.
16.3 seconds to go.
Shades of 2 years ago. David DeJulius hits a 3 at the buzzer and gets fouled to send it into overtime.
Connor Hickman will come in. Aziz Bandego is out. The Bearcats need to get it in and try to get it into somebody other than Dylan Mitchell. Full court pressure by Xavier. Jizzle James is the trigger man. The shot clock is off. Jizzle slaps at the ball, runs the baseline, gets it into the corner to Mitchell, who passed it right back to Jizzle, and he gets tied up with 13.8 seconds to go. The Xavier coaches pointing at Dylan Mitchell, saying, that's the guy you were supposed to foul. And he passed it so quickly they didn't get it done. Jizzle James will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws with a 1-point lead and 13.8 seconds to go, having the worst shooting day of his life. He is 0 for 11 from the floor. This will be his first free throw. The sophomore takes a deep breath. The shot is in the air. It is good.
Well, he's the guy that West puts the ball in his hands at the end of practice. They have to make a 1-on-1 to get out of practice, or they run. And he always goes to him because he's going to have his hands on the ball at the end of games.
That last foul, by the way, called on Hunter, his 4th. If you make this free throw, you can foul up by 3. 13.8 to go. The crowd gets quiet. The shot is up. It is good. He makes them both. 2 clutch free throws by Jizzle James. 12 seconds to go. McKnight crosses center court. Bounces it down low. Tipped by Day Thomas. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cincinnati. 6.6 seconds to go. And the officials will go to the monitor to make sure that they got it right and that ball was knocked out by Xavier.
This benefits both teams because both teams are out of timeouts, as you mentioned. So now they get a free timeout to draw up a defensive set for the Bearcats and an offensive set for Xavier, assuming that they continue with the call.
68-65 Cincinnati, 6.6 seconds to go after the 2 clutch free throws by Jizzle James.
I don't know. I saw the first tip. Was it a second tip? Because it looked like it was deflected by Chisel James. And then it was a poke away.
Ray Natilli right now has that wheel to go back and forth on the replay. He's our lead official today, trying to get it down to every frame to see who the last person was that touched the basketball. Chisel James and Ryan Conwell were the two players closest. And it may have been touched by Day Thomas and then bounced past Chisel James and Ryan Conwell before going out of bounds.
If that's the case, so what the scenario is for the Bearcats, they're discussing, do we give up a three-point shot or do we foul and send them to the free throw line? The way this rivalry has gone, I'm fouling.
What you can't do is foul Conwell while he's shooting a three and give up another 4-point play. It has been confirmed. It is Xavier's ball. 6.6 to go in the front court on the baseline. Neither team has a timeout left. Cincinnati has committed 9 fouls, so if the Bearcats commit one, it would be 2 free throws for the Musketeers. McKnight will throw it in. Looking for an open teammate. Lobs it in, caught on the wing by Foster. Here's Swain, top of the key to Fremantle. Wide open three. It is no good. Cincinnati wins 68-65. Order is restored.
Welcome back to Clifton. The mythical Crosstown Championship has taken place. What a great game. Both teams brought their A game defensively. Both teams showed out for their respective schools.
And for the first time in 37 years and 10 months, the Bearcats win a close game against Xavier. The last time Cincinnati won by 6 or fewer points, January of 1987. They had lost 13 straight, decided by 6 or less to the Musketeers. They rally from 7 down in the final 8 minutes and win it 68-65 as a three-pointer to force overtime by Zach Fremantle was no good, allowing Cincinnati to hold on and win.
What a great play. I mean, you're assuming that this play was going for somebody else other than Fremantle, and that thing pops out, and he has a wide open look, and he misses it. That's what you get for saying something to Kenyon Martin at the end of the game. He had both shots at the end of halves.
What a tremendous finish for Cincinnati. Day Thomas coming over to slap T. Nell with a high five. You can see what it means to him. Former Bearcats standing up, delighted, as Cincinnati ends the 5-game losing streak to the Xavier Musketeers and wins it by the final score of 68-65. Stay tuned for the post-game show. Coming up, you've been listening to the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout, presented by Ralph's American Grill on 700 WLW.